Hello everybody and welcome back to Scarlet Hollow episode 4. Let's just jump right in. Disaster looms its tallest yet over Scarlet Hollow. Wake up. Is the music different? Music sounds a little bit creepier than normal for some reason. Or maybe it's just me. You open your eyes. It's a new day. Yay! New day, more trouble to get into. Last night seemed so far away. You can almost pretend the horrors you witnessed in the annex were nothing but nightmares, chased away by the harsh morning light. But you know that the furious spirit of Charles Shaw Jr. yet lingers, locked behind the doors of the town hall, still tied to the earth by its hatred of you and your bloodline. So wait a second. What would have happened if we invited Tabby with us to go ghost hunting? Did we save Tabby? Would he have gone after her instead? So many questions. An involuntary shudder runs down your spine. But your thoughts are interrupted by the buzz of your phone on the nightstand. Hope you made it home okay. Haven't heard from Stella since last night. How about you? You check your messages. There's nothing from Stella. Call Stella. You dial Stella. Hey, what's up? Haha, just kidding. I'm not able to come to the phone right now. This is actually a recording of my voice. It isn't really me. Technology, huh? Anyways, leave a message or don't. I never check this thing. The mailbox is full and can't accept messages at this time. Text Stella. Morning, hot stuff. Ooh. We're gonna tell her that we're worried about her, because I am. Hey, I'm kind of worried after you ran off last night. Text me as soon as you get the chance. You wait a few silent minutes. Your message sits undelivered. Uh-oh. Oh no. She could be sleeping in. What if Wayne got to... What does Wayne have to do with her? Does Stella disappear like this sometimes? Kinda, but with everything going on, I don't feel comfortable letting her run off on her own. True. We should look for her, right? Come to town. We should stick together. Looks like you have your morning plans in order. I'm gonna check the closet. I have to do it every morning. I swear that doll moves. You make your way to the closet. There's no denying it. The doll moved at some point since your most recent visit. I thought so. Or maybe I'm just worried about the doll moving for the fact that I think last time her shoe was off and she's definitely moved. I hate dolls. But your long-dead relative's creepy doll isn't the only thing that's different. Something was in here. Oh, was something looking for something? Something to mull over for the rest of the day. Gonna visit Dustin. My little buddy. You open up the drawers. They both have bread now. Oh, they found food. Good for them. Human is back. Maybe he changed mind about eating us. Could be the end of Dustin and Dustin Mom. I would never eat you. I love you. Dustin Mom know better than to trust. When push come to shove, survival more important than friendship. Oh no. Do you guys like foreshadow things? You guys know things. Be honest. Dustin Mom spend too much time outside. You're different inside. There's enough bread for everyone here. No need to eat friends. Dustin still have childhood innocence. Hope Dustin gets to keep that innocence forever. Explore. I guess your glass house still has that squatter? Tried to reclaim glass house last night, but asshole squatter too big and strong. Dustin's mom stand no chance. Might have to live in Dustin's house forever. Human big and strong too. Probably more big and strong than asshole squatter. I love them. You fight? Give Dustin mom glass house back? Heck yeah, let's go to war for them. Anything for you, Dustin. I'm not accepting a quest from a possum. Heck yeah, I am. What do you mean we're not accepting a quest? There's a little question mark above his head. Let's go. Anything for Dustin. I will die for Dustin. Anything for you, Dustin. Squatter have sharp things on head. Human be careful, but Dustin mom would be extremely grateful to human. Dustin too. I should get going. Hey! We're gonna go to war for Dustin. Let's do it. And that's that. We should probably take a shower before we start our day. Take a shower. You might as well take a shower before starting the rest of your day. You step into the guest bathroom and into the shower. It feels good to wash away the grime of last night's haunting, but eventually, you'll have to leave this place and confront the rest of the day. In the meantime, we have so much to think about in the shower. Think about Wayne and whether you're ever truly alone. Always watching, Wazowski. Think about someone special. We'll do mystical. Mystical seems to reveal a lot of hidden stuff, it seems. Every minute feels like another thread holding this town together starts to unravel. Thoughts of doom consume you. I regret that choice. Terrible shower thoughts. We're done. You're done here. You turn off the faucet and dry yourself off. We're gonna head downstairs. It's time to face your cousin. Oh no! Hey, Frou Frou. How you doing? How's my favorite kitty cat? Okay, I'll shut up. She's not here, but it looks like she left a note on the counter. Oh, she's too mad to even talk to us? I can't read her handwriting. Oh, had to run. The librarian needs a new house, so I'm giving him the keys to the Maxwell Place. Well, that was nice of her. And the miners decided to stage a strike today, of all days, so I won't be around. I know there's no point in asking you not to do anything reckless, but I'm asking anyway. Be back late. Call if you get into trouble. Tabitha. Time to figure out the rest of your day. Talk to animals. We gotta talk to our favorite little kitty cat. Walk over to the cat. She's gonna scratch me. I don't know. Oh, c'est toi. Qu'est-ce que vous maintenant? I missed you last night, Frou Frou. That makes one of us. Nod respectfully. Bye, Frau. Bye, Frou Frou. Good talk. Let me see. Oh, I wonder if they know anything about the opossums in our drawer. Thanks for not attacking the opossums who live in the drawer. They're my friends. If anything bad ever happened to them, there would be hell to pay. Of course you would consider those rats to be your friends. I will not dirty my claws with their diseased flesh. Will you ever let me pet you? No, it's not gonna happen. I'm surprised that she slept at the foot of my bed the other night. Granted, she scratched at my feet and bit at my toes all night, but hey. And coats my fur with these disgusting human oils? None. Do you know anything about the stone carvings scattered around town? What would they know? They're a house cat. I am not here to be your commandant, jeune detective. Je ne suis un chat. I am here to watch you flail about in the darkness. I am not here to provide answers to whatever mysteries confound your feeble American mind. I'm terrible at French. Nod respectfully to Frou Frou. Yes. Yes, Frou Frou. Yes. You nod respectfully to Frou Frou. She scoffs, her tail twitching with annoyance, but you can sense she's less annoyed than she usually is. Maybe she's getting used to you. Bye, Frou Frou. Good talk. She scoffs as you turn away. I swear, I'm gonna make you love me. We will at least be friends, Frou Frou. Mark my words. Let's investigate the garden. We're gonna try and fight whatever's in the garden for Dustin. For Dustin! Whatever kicked out Dustin's mom is in the garden right now. You better look into it before you head into town. Be brave, be brave! The air is chilly today. Overcast sky hanging oppressively over the weed-choked flower beds. It's too cold, head back. Screw this. Screw this, we're going inside. No, we're gonna be brave. Investigate the greenhouse. You start carefully picking your way through the underbrush. It doesn't take much effort to find a path. Cuttings of prickly raspberry bushes and tangled vines litter the ground beneath the greenhouse. Talk to animals. The glass house, one could say. You step towards the door. Oh, wait, how the heck? It's sealed shut by a lock, and you catch a brief glimpse of a horned shadow through the ancient, clouded glass. How did he get in there, though? I'm gonna try and talk to it. Oh, what's your name, little guy? Goat. So original. What are you doing in the greenhouse? Human put me here. Can't wait. What would a goat sound like? Human put me here. Can't complain. Pretty sweet digs, honestly. Stay nice and warm. And there's plenty of eats, too. Did human have a brown coat and big boots? Coat like what? Fur? Nah, not brown fur, yellow fur. Just on the top. Like all you humans. Don't know what boots are, can't help there. Brown fur, yellow fur, just on the top. Huh? That's supposed to mean? Where did you come from? Farm. Used to live with other guys like me. Kinda miss 'em, but not that much. Don't gotta share anymore. Try to examine the lock. You examine the lock. It looks sturdy. You'll need some tools if you're going to get this open. Maybe Stella or Kanika could lend a hand later. Guess I'll leave you to it then. See ya, or not. It's a wild world out there. We didn't help Dustin or Dustin's mom at all. You investigated the garden. With Stella missing, it's best not to keep Kanika waiting for much longer. Oh yeah, I forgot about Stella. We'll head to town. Forget the jelly sandwich. Love is on the line. It's time to head to town. You head out the front door and begin your trek to the town below. Sun shines down through a thin layer of clouds, illuminating the path in a watery gray light. Oh. Hey guys. You guys headed to town too? Great. Perfect. Don't go to the library though, it's haunted. Can't check out any books this week. You can't help but to feel countless eyes watching you from the tree line. A feeling that reminds you of your time in the woods with Stella. Ditchlings shouldn't be out in the middle of the day though. They're getting bolder. Oh. We still have to go talk to Sybil. Oh. You're surprised you find a familiar face making its way up the path towards you. Hey, I was just coming up here to see you. Hope you were able to get some sleep after everything that happened last night. I was up most of the night, totally wired on adrenaline. Even if I'd been able to chill out a bit knowing that thing was right down the street. Yeah, not super conductive to a good night's sleep. Oh, I can hear the ditchlings in the background. You think it's still there? I hope it might go away on its own. I don't think it has any intention on leaving, so I guess the library is off limits from here on out. Oh, and I wanted to check out a book. Should have thought of that before I let the ghost just run free. But considering the alternative, I don't think anybody can hold that against you. I'd much rather not be able to check out any library books ever again than let a ghost suck the life out of you. Well, thank you, Avery. I appreciate that. That's how I felt. I mean, it was a rental for Oscar and Rosalina. But I do wonder what would have happened if Tabby came with us last night. Maybe another playthrough. I don't think I could have let anything happen to Tabby either. She's kind of growing on me. Seems like it would have been a bad trade. Hopefully no hooligans break into the library and get trapped in ghost hell. Where there are abandoned things, there are people trying to break in and get spooked. Ghost facers. Nothing we could do to stop that, but maybe the ghost won't possess anyone if there aren't any Scarlets around to guilt trip. Who knows? Yeah, he did only seem to have trouble with Scarlets. How do you feel now that it's a new day? Possession is the sort of thing that can leave a mark on a person's soul. Aw, thanks for asking about the state of my soul. I appreciate that. I'd be lying if I said it didn't have an impact. I kind of feel bruised all over, physically and spiritually, but hey, that's a part of life, right? Nobody makes it to the end completely unscathed. I like you, Avery. You're awesome. You're so chill. I love talking to you. And I'm kind of thrilled that my new emotional baggage comes from a ghost instead of some boring normal trauma. Oh gosh, I can flirt with everybody. I love everybody. They're all so adorable. Oh goodness, like I said, they're all so adorable. I just want to flirt with all of them. I mean, is that really flirting? It was sweet. It was sweet that he was thinking about us and coming to check on us. I wouldn't say that's actually flirting unless I'm like batting my eyelashes in. We'll do it. We'll just flirt with everybody. Who cares? Have I gotten a chance to flirt with Kanika yet? I don't think so because I didn't ride with her. Oh no. We'll try to stick with Stella. I like Stella. Stella's a good pick for the first playthrough, I think. There's ditchlings everywhere now, even though it's daytime. Avery turns to survey the tree lines. I noticed a few on my way up. They're kind of funny now that I'm getting a good look at them. with their scrunched up little Shar-Pei faces. I know, they're kind of cute. I like them. So, should I be worried about these things? I know they're a bad omen or something, but like, are they dangerous? They're not like going to eat me if I take a wrong turn, right? I don't think, at least from what I understand, they're not bad, and they haven't tried hurting us yet. They're just kind of spooky looking. Not if you eat them first. Ew! You need only to fear what they foretell. Okay, cool and ominous, as long as being eaten alive isn't on the table. Unless they're foretelling a zombie invasion or something with werewolves, in which case, I guess I'm still stuck with being eaten alive? Gosh dang it, I should have flirted with Avery. He's adorable. You're so adorable. Oh, I can flirt with him! I'm gonna do it. What the heck? Wait! Oh, there's Stella. But flirting. But Stella. But flirting. Stella. Have you heard anything from Stella? I haven't heard from her, though we don't text much, and I haven't checked with Winnie to see if she came in for an early breakfast or anything. But if you haven't heard from her, that doesn't sound great. Seeing her like that last night was awful. She's usually so unflappable. Oh, we can flirt still. I don't think we're gonna flirt. Okay. I flirted with Reese. I'm sorry. He kind of cute though. Avery kind of cute. Reese is a tortured artist. I couldn't help myself. Okay. No, we're gonna stick with Stella. We're gonna stick with Stella this playthrough. So, I'm gonna ask. Oh, I can ask if they want to join us. Kanika and I are meeting up to look for Stella. Wanna come? Absolutely. I told Winnie I'd be coming in late today, so I've got time. I don't know how much time though. From what I saw this morning, there's already a few miners already holed up in there. They must be using it as a home base for the strike. Oh, by the way, there's a strike going on. I'm sure you already know that, though. Have to imagine Tabitha would have told you this morning. Stop trying to get me to flirt with Avery. Next game, I promise. I promise, because Avery is totally someone I'd go for. Next game, we're gonna romance them all. Let's head to town. Yeah, good idea. You and Avery start back down the path to town. It isn't long until you once again find yourself on the main street of Scarlet Hollow. Bee, you made it, and you picked up Avery along the way. Hope you're both doing okay, like, emotionally. Yeah, I'm not too bad. That's good. I feel like I got crushed by a steamroller or something. Joints all out of whack, totally exhausted and super foggy. Mom has been insisting I caught a cold, and I wasn't buying it. But as of this morning, I've come around. It's definitely something beyond exhaustion, even considering the ridiculously stressful week we've all had. But I'm not gonna let that stop me from looking for Stella. Gosh, there's so much to talk about. She's probably okay dealing with complicated emotions. I mean, she just found out ghosts are real. Let's think rationally. We got the two rational thinkers here. Let's try that. Do you still think there could be a rational explanation for all this? Kanika sighs heavily. Rational? Sure. Rooted in reality? That, until a few days ago, I thought was devoid of all magical and supernatural shit? No. Ghosts are real. They can suck you into illusionary dimensions and puppet your body like a fleshy marionette. Next thing you know, we'll find out that there's a secret society of warlocks running the country, or that angels are real. You gotta admit, it's kinda thrilling, isn't it?
Anything could be possible. Who knows what the new day holds for all of us? It would be a little more thrilling if it weren't terrifying. All the magical stuff we've found so far just wants to hurt us. We need a magical being that's on our side. Where are all the magical girls when you need them? So, I guess we already have an animal whisperer, don't we? That's pretty magical. Wait, you could talk to animals? For real? What were you gonna tell me? I'm sorry, it never really came up. I've been telling everybody. I already thought you knew, Avery. Wow, I'm gonna need you to tell me what every animal we meet is saying. This is too cool. You, really took that in stride, didn't you? I take everything in stride. There's no better way to live. I like Avery. Oh my gosh. I like you so much, Avery. Kanika, I like you too. You're so beautiful. Gosh dang it. I'm gonna have to play this game 40 times to romance everybody. Maybe my mystical powers will finally awaken into something more proactive. I'm sick of just unwillingly channeling spirits and knowing when something bad is going to happen. Maybe magic just doesn't awaken though. Maybe you need to find someone to teach you how to use it. Oh. You're right, Avery. Okay, who? That's a very good question. Your mom's into crystals and stuff, right? And tea. Kanika laughs. No, absolutely not. My mom isn't magic. My whole life would be a lie if my mom was magic. And if she was, we don't have time to be sidetracked by a training montage right now. Stella's missing, and those ditchling creatures are everywhere. Well, we are supposed to go meet Sybil for tea. I'm supposed to see your mom at some point today. Maybe she'll finally shed some light on things? I'm not sure what she's planning to tell you today that she couldn't have told all of last night. Maybe she's gonna read your fortune. After last night, I wouldn't doubt that she actually could. Your mom's always had a bit of that Glinda vibe going for her. Yeah, maybe I should stop making fun of her whole new age mystic thing. Lots happened in the past couple days. I need to take a page out of Stella's book and just block this shit out. I need to be focused. I can't keep having all of these existential crises. I mean, welcome to my world. There'll be plenty of time for tea after we've found Stella. I agree. Is someone manning the general? I don't think Kanika cares if anybody's manning the general store right now. Let's not dawdle. I'm worried about Stella, and it doesn't feel right to be doing anything that isn't actively looking for her. Agreed. Let's get to work. Where to first? Oh man, I guess we could check her house first? Has anybody checked her house? You? Kanika? You, Avery? Okay, let's go to Stella's house. Good place to start. Maybe she slept in. Right? Maybe we're all worrying for nothing, hopefully. That's what I'm hoping. I would have gone already, but, I was kind of nervous about doing anything by myself today, just in case I ran into yet another horror from beyond the veil or whatever. Okay, we'll protect you, Kanika. You make your way towards Stella's house. I love her little outfit. That is so adorable. Oh my goodness. Kanika knocks anxiously on the door. It creaks open. The interior is cold, not just physically. There's an absence of joy and life that leaves only a chill behind. The ghost of an empty house and the sobering dead that comes with the knowledge that your search won't end here. Mystical, can you stop being so cryptic, please? For the life of you, you can't remember if Stella closed the door behind her when the two of you left for the library yesterday morning. You are right. Maybe she never went home. I don't sense anything supernatural here, but I don't like the looks of this. Might as well invite ourselves in, right? Yeah. I think if somebody's missing, you should try to look for them and then maybe go to the cops. Yeah, we should go in. Cool. I'll be brave and go first. Avery casually steps over the threshold into Stella's house. The living room is almost exactly as you saw it the other day. Oh, it's so cute with all the little plants, all the little pictures. Oh, okay. Yeah. It's a cute house. Whatever happened to Stella, it doesn't look like it happened here. Doesn't look like there was a struggle or anything, unless it happened in another room, or maybe someone or something caught her off guard. You didn't have to add that last part. I'm going to forget you said that, and just be thankful that this doesn't look like a crime scene. Investigate Stella's room, investigate the kitchen. I guess we can check out the kitchen? Just as I expected, there's not really much here except they made a sandwich. Stella's kitchen is messier than she left it yesterday. Keen eye. I should have taken keen eye trait. A couple of cabinets are hanging open and a loaf of bread sits on the counter by a used butter knife. Is Stella's kitchen normally this messy? I wouldn't call this messy. It's a little messy. If this is a little messy, I don't want to know what you'd call my room. I wasn't judging. There's nothing wrong with a little mess. Or a lot of mess. Stella's house has always felt a little sterile to me. This feels a little too lived in, if that makes sense. Though maybe that's just because I've only ever been over when she was already expecting me. And maybe this is just a rare peek behind the curtain of the real Stella. The real Stella should call her friends and let them know she's okay. Let me see. I guess I don't really want to be too nosy, but we gotta look for clues. You make your way down the hall to what you assume to be Stella's room. She's not here. Really? She's not? Let me see here. Oh my goodness, this is the most adorable room ever. She's got a little childhood toy here, a little Gretchen. Got the Charlie Day Sunny in Philadelphia wall. Got a little Mothman. Ah, this is fine. It's not messy. Is this messy? Is this messy? She's not here. Though it is a little untidy, it's the usual sort of untidiness that accumulates when someone doesn't often have guests in their bedroom. There aren't any signs of violence. That's true. Usually when I have guests over, I clean the whole house except my bedroom because they're not usually going in there. I better not hear a single comment about this room being messy. I wasn't gonna say anything. Oh, we can check her computer. I love seeing someone's room before they've had a chance to clean it up for company. It's a neat little snapshot, you know? Speak for yourself. If the roles were reversed and I was missing, and you and Stella were poking around in my room unannounced, I'd be completely mortified. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm not really poking around. I'm just making sure she's not here, though I think she would have answered when we knocked. I'm just worried. Spoken like someone with a whole lot of secrets. My room is immaculate. A guest could drop by unannounced at 2 a.m. and I wouldn't sweat a thing. Congratulations on having your shit together. Thank you. I come by it honest. I will say that this is what her room has been like for pretty much the entire time I've known her. The only thing that's changed is the computer getting a lot fancier. It could use a few more houseplants. I'll put together some trimmings after we found her. Oh, Avery likes plants. Why are all of them my favorite people and my favorite things? But they're all, I can't romance all of them. She still does those corkboard string things. She loves putting the strings on there. I don't think they actually mean anything, but they're more for decoration anyway. I need to start doing that. That's awesome. Alright, well I guess there's not much more to do because I'm not snooping on her computer. Okay, I don't think we're gonna find much else here. Let's move on. Okay, so maybe she came home last night, maybe she didn't. But she's definitely missing. I thought I was overreacting this morning. I hoped she would just be sleeping in. I can't believe she's actually missing. We'll find her. Where to next? The cops, right? Has it been 24 hours? I don't know. The cops here don't seem very competent, but hey, I guess we could try the cops. Or we could maybe go check in on Oscar and Rosalina. Let's do the cops first because, like I said, we gotta find Stella first, and then we can check in on people. We should go to the cops, right? Are you sure? Nothing against the officers in Scarlet Hollow, but you've met them, right? Do you think it's worth the trouble? As unhelpful as they are, we are dealing with a missing person. That's cop stuff. It's probably going to be more of a formality than anything, but there's no point in not covering all our bases. I don't think much is going to come from the officers, but I mean, like Kanika said, it's a formality, we gotta try. The police station is exactly what you would expect from a town the size of Scarlet Hollow. It smells strongly of coffee and faintly of aged furniture and paper. And the general tidiness speaks of a department that doesn't get much of anything done. Oh no. At least they won their bowling championship. Heck yeah. They get that, they get bowling done. But you're also not alone here. You enter to find a worried Beau standing between you and the officers behind the desk. Let me get this straight. You're trying to report a missing pumpkin? Big Betty wasn't just a pumpkin, Sheriff Hugby, sir. She was gonna be a prize winner. Raising her was the last thing me and my daddy did together. She's important to me. Are you sure it wasn't Julius and not some enterprising bear that got a hold of it? Y'all know Julius thinks that land belongs to him. He probably thought Big Betty was his to take. He ain't coming to his door, so all I know, he might be all the way to the state fair by now with our pumpkin. Ain't there something y'all can do about it? I'm afraid we'll need at least some kind of evidence to go on before we can go barging into some man's house, son. Why don't you see if you can find something a little more solid for us to go on? Then we can see about helping you out. They're great at helping people. They have helped so much so far. They are so helpful. Beau, did you manage to find your dad? Beau's stoic expression breaks, and for a moment you can almost see tears forming in his eyes, but he blinks them away. Oh, I'm sorry, Beau. I'm so sorry, sweetie. Yeah, I found him. Hear that, Deputy Franklin? Sounds like you got another report to close. Lucky me. I gathered what there was to gather. We're giving him a proper burial in the family plot. It's been tough going trying to dig the hole while the farm is crawling with those hairless things, but it needs to get done. Do you think they'll go back to where they came from soon? Mama and me have tried to fight them back as best we can, but it seems like there's more every minute. Mystical. They will once they've had their fill of suffering. Mystical, stop it! I don't much like the sound of that. Neither do I. Mystical is weird. It's okay, Beau. I'm sure things will go back to normal soon. I'm so sorry for everything you've had to go through. What Kanika said. Let's get down to business. Stella ran off last night, and she's still missing. She isn't at home, and none of us have heard from her. She what now?
Oh, that's just our Stella, always running off. I wouldn't worry too much about it. She'll turn up.
This is different, Earl. You know I wouldn't be up here bothering you if it wasn't important. And there are a lot of them things out there. Too many of them. Bo's right. She shouldn't be off on her own when there are so many ditchlings creeping around in broad daylight. Ditchlings? Bea taught me about them yesterday. They're them creepy little things that got my daddy. I called about them last night too, since they've been coming up out of the woods into the farm. I even saw some on the way here, plain as day.
Oh, we've been getting a lot of calls about those. Guess Scarlet Hollow has either been invaded by ghouls or we're all suffering from some kind of mass hallucination. I may have even seen one or two myself.
All the same, I don't see what we're supposed to do about them. Or about Stella.
You're supposed to help find her. You're the police.
She's a grown woman. If she wants to go off in the woods for a bit, we don't need to go after her like she's Miss Curfew.
It's a free country.
If there's critters bothering folks and stealing livestock, ain't y'all supposed to take care of them?
Thank you, Bo. Thank you very much. Now, son, we ain't animal control. We're the police.
Are you kidding me? This town doesn't even have an animal control department. Well, maybe we should get one.
I'm gonna ask Bo about his pumpkin.
What is all that about a pumpkin?
Seems Bo here's misplaced a considerably large pumpkin.
Have y'all heard a word I said? I didn't misplace Big Betty. She was stolen, and I know who done it. So I appreciate if y'all give Mr. Tremaine a visit to set things straight. And I'm telling you, we can't go barge into your neighbor's house just because you want us to.
What makes you think Mr. Tremaine stole it?
You're poking a wasp's nest, Bea. There's hundreds of years of history here. He's been claiming Big Betty was his since day one, on account of he thinks it was planted on his side of the property.
The Callaways and the Tremaines have been at it for a long time. They can never agree whose land is whose.
This ain't the first time we've heard something like this, and we get our fair share of calls from Julius Tremaine, too. You know, Julius is a friend of mine. He's a lot of things, and he's definitely a bit of a curmudgeon, but I've never pegged him as a thief. I didn't know Julius ever talked to anybody. Talk is a very strong word, but I like to think we have some kind of understanding.
Why is the pumpkin so valuable?
Me and my daddy put a lot of work into that pumpkin. She was near 2,000 pounds. 2,000 pounds? A guaranteed blue ribbon. Naturally, our first question is how an old man like Julius Tremaine manages to move a pumpkin that size.
That's what I want to know. I think I asked Stella that last time. Makes the whole story just a little difficult to believe.
I don't know how Julius managed it, but I know it must have been him. He ain't even coming to his door to answer for what he done. At the very least, he could give me the seeds from what's left of her. Raising her was the last thing Daddy and me did together. That's interesting, because I haven't seen Julius since Tuesday. He's usually in the diner every day. Not necessarily a big deal for a lot of people, but he never misses his morning joe.
Oh no, now he's missing.
So maybe he isn't a thief. Could be something happened to him. If he ain't the thief, then who stole our pumpkin? Beats me, I just don't think folks should be so quick to jump to conclusions.
How do you even move a 2,000-pound pumpkin?
I don't know how he did it, but he did it. You, sure it wasn't a bear?
Are there bears in the woods here?
Well, there's mountain lions. Weren't no bear. We hunting folk. We know the signs. This was a man's work, and that means it was Mr. Tremaine. He knew just what to do to hurt our family.
You want me to go over there and kick his ass for you?
Well, somebody really needs to go check on this man. Like Avery said, he comes in every day for his coffee. At least do a wellness check. I don't think Bo's asking you to throw Julius in jail or anything. Why can't you look into this? Like I said, even just to go check on him. I'm gonna do that one. I don't think Bo is asking you to throw Julius in jail or anything. Why can't you look into this? He is right, I ain't asking for much. Bo, if I went down that road, I'm sure Julius would come down here tomorrow and have a whole list of his own complaints. Then all of them would sound just as justified as yours. Sometimes it's best to just let things work themselves out. But it sounds like Bo has a real case here. It's not just two neighbors having an emotional dispute. Property's been stolen. Couldn't you get involved on his behalf just once, after everything he's been through this week? You say that like this is the first time one of these feuding farm folk has come in about a missing vegetable. We've heard it all. And what we've learned is it's best to keep our noses out of it. Well, aren't you so helpful? I'm sure Bo here will be unsatisfied with whatever the legal system feels is just punishment for stealing Big Betty. Doesn't matter what happens. If we do anything, Julius will be storming in here the next day with a complaint of his own. Heck, he'll probably come down here regardless. Yep, and it'll be about a missing butternut squash or what have you, that he sure made it into a soup on the Callaway side of the property. You know, even if Julius didn't take Big Betty, it might be worth doing a welfare check. Thank you, Avery. Alright, let me speak in plainer terms. Everybody knows that Julius Tremaine's land is booby-trapped to hell. It's not worth it. It's never stopped me. Yeah? Do you have kids, Avery? Because I've got 2 teenage girls at home. Hugby's got grandkids, and Franklin's got the mayor, I guess? I'm not about to risk getting my head blown off over a pumpkin. That's right, there's some sleeping dogs you learn to just let lie. I've been Scarlet Hollow Sheriff for over 20 years now. You don't hold a position like that for long without learning a few lessons on temperance and moderation. If I may, sirs, ain't that a mighty bit cowardly of you? I thought the police officers were supposed to be brave. Not the ones that live very long, son. Look, I've been to Julius's hundreds of times. I can tag along to make sure nobody gets hurt. That's a mighty kind offer, but let's give it another day. There's no need to escalate things when they might just resolve themselves. We're gonna ask if they're part of a cult or they arrest ghosts? No, I'm fine. With my talking to animals and my mystic trait, I'm already looked upon like my cheese has slid off my cracker, so we'll just keep it civil here. Well, looks like you folks are busy. We'll be on our way. That turned out just as I expected it. Well, that was a total waste of time. You can say that again, Kanika. It was a total waste of time. We gotta find out what's been going on with Julius. He's been missing from the diner for a few days. It's weird. He usually comes in every single day. Maybe he's preoccupied with ditchlings. I just hope he's okay. Where to next? Diner. Well, we know the miners are at the diner. I don't think Stella would be at the mines. Oh, I know it's kind of going off track, but I kind of want to check out the church. Well, wait a second. Stella's parents passed away, and she just found out that there's an afterlife. Maybe she would be at the church. Yeah, let's go check out the church. We'll try it. We should check out the church. The church? Why? I see what you're thinking. Stella was confronted with the evidence of the afterlife.
See, great minds think alike, Avery. Great minds.
So she might be trying to get into all that religious stuff.
That's not what I was really thinking, but great minds again.
It's worth checking out.
I think we'd be barking up the wrong tree, but I guess you're right. There's no point in not being thorough.
I wouldn't mind stocking up on some holy water while we're there too. Seems like a very good idea to cover all the bases at this point.
I don't think Baptists do the holy water thing, but I'm sure Pastor Daniel would pretend to bless some water if it meant keeping us around for a little longer.
That's good enough for me.
Let's not linger, though. I don't want him thinking we're possible converts. Nika leads the way, taking you up the gradual slope towards the church.
You know, I've lived here for a few years now, and I've never actually been to the church.
That's probably for a good reason. Where is that weirdo? Why is everybody so mean to him? He didn't seem that off. I mean, my mystic picked up something, but I don't know what, but he seemed nice. My, 4 visitors at once. Gosh dang it, why do I do that voice for him? my, 4 visitors at once on a Tuesday? This is unprecedented. But there are only 3 of us. Oh no, were we followed by ditchlings? Were we followed by Wayne?
Sup, old people?
Oh, it's just Zane. What are you doing here?
All the glimpses of death I've had in the past 2 days have forced me into the midst of an existential crisis, my dudes. I wanted to see if Faith held any answers for me. Alas, I have not yet found the solace I seek.
Give it time, Zane. It sometimes takes a while for the Lord to work his way into your heart. But when he does, you won't regret letting him in. Be sure you look over those pamphlets I gave you, of course. I'm always here if you need to talk.
Sure thing, Pastor D. Peace, y'all.
I didn't expect Zane to be here. Anyway, we're looking for Stella. She wandered off last night and no one has seen her since. We're starting to get pretty worried. We hope maybe you or Janie has seen her? I can't speak for Janie, but I'm afraid I've seen neither hide nor hair of Stella. If you'd like to talk to my wife, she's just over there by the alpacas. So, B, I was hoping we might be able to talk in private. With me? Why me? What do you have to say to her that you can't say in front of us? Please, if you don't mind, this is a personal matter.
It's alright, we can get the juicy details later.
I'd rather folks not pry on this. You know how rumors get started. It's fine. I'm happy to talk to him. If you're sure. I guess we'll leave you to it while we check in with Janie. We'll be right over there by the fence that's conveniently in your line of sight, okay?
See you in a minute.
Your friends head off towards Janie and the alpacas, leaving you alone with the nervous pastor. My goodness, what did I get myself into? I've had a chat with the mayor yesterday. You what now? I heard you did too. I'm so glad you came. I've never met anyone else who could hear them. You have no idea how long I thought I must have had some kind of insanity. Wait, you can talk to animals too? Wait a second. Wayne? Wayne, what the heck you doing over there? Don't do that. Don't be weird, Wayne. Got my eye on you, Wayne. I even thought at one point it must have been the Lord himself talking to me through them.
but they never had anything very insightful to say, so I was disavowed of that pretty early on. Whoa, 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 whoa. Are you telling me you can also, but I thought I was the only one.
I guess the two of us are just kindred spirits.
Are we sure we're actually talking to animals?
Now that I know there's at least two of us, I have no doubt. There have definitely been times in my life when I thought I might just be insane.
But it's so consistent, and I've never exhibited any other signs of insanity. In my most doubting moments, I have considered the possibility that other entities may be using animals to confuse my faith. But besides a particularly vicious hamster I had growing up, the most an animal has ever tried to convince me to do is give them more food. So I somehow doubt they're puppets from some otherworldly evil, unless that otherworldly evil wants me to overfeed my pets. Oh my goodness, I didn't know somebody else. Is this the weird feeling we were getting from him? Is this what Mystical was picking up on? Is this why people think... Oh, I didn't mean to... Oh well, we're going with it. Is this why people think you're creepy? Because you have the gift?
People think I'm creepy?
So sorry, sweetie.
But it's alright. People say all kinds of things. I just have to be patient and persistent. And I know eventually they'll understand that I can be a comforting presence in their life, not a creepy one. Maybe if I grew a thicker beard, people would trust me more. Or maybe I should get a cool jacket.
Yep, try that. Try that, sweetie. That might work. I'm rooting for you. Ooh, I can't express how much of a relief it is to finally meet someone else like me.
Likewise, though it may be more than just the two of us now. I have a suspicion that Tulip might have inherited the gift. Tulip?
That your daughter?
There have been some particularly nasty rats in the church lately, and she said some things that have led me to believe that she might be able to understand them.
Aww. He's interrupted by a sound of a snapping twig and a highly pitched giggle, partly muffled by the underbrush on the edge at the property.
Tulip, come out of there. You know you're not supposed to play in the woods.
Tulip glanced back into the woods, quiet as she hesitates.
Tulip, are you going to be good, or are we going to have to skip story time tonight?
I'll be good. You don't have to skip story time. I won't go in the woods, I promise.
I know you won't, Tulip, because you know it's too dangerous for little girls in there. Why don't you help Mama with the alpacas? It's just about time they got fed. You can give them hay.
She's adorable. Tulip smiles broadly, seemingly excited by the prospect, and hurries off. Oh look, you can see Tulip over there.
And Wayne.
I still see you, Wayne.
Sorry I had to have a firm parenting moment just there.
So firm.
She's just been trying to run off into the woods a lot lately, and it's really dangerous even for adults. There's this massive trash dump not too far past the trees, but it must be at least 50 years old, so it's all grown over and looks like it's part of the landscape. Oh, that's Tetanus Mountain or something like that. But if you accidentally walk on it, you might find yourself falling into a hip-deep mound of rusty cans and broken glass.
Oh, it's Tetanus Lake is what it was.
Oh, Tetanus Lake! Stella told me about it. Tetanus Lake? Well, that's an accurate name. I wonder if Tulip would stay away from it if I started calling it that, or if it would only make it sound more alluring.
What were you saying about the church rats?
Ah, yes, the rats.
So, you and I are used to the sort of chatter we hear from wildlife. It's usually nothing that needs to be paid attention to. But these rats, there's something so sinister about them. And they must be huge, judging by the sound of them scurrying in there. Oh, I wonder if there's ditchlings in the church. Tulip has never shown evidence of the ability before. She's never responded to the alpacas or engaged in conversations with the birds. In retrospect, she could have been hiding it the way I did growing up. Because I know she's been talking to the rats. She calls them her friends. Has been drawing all these pictures of them. Really ghastly things. I've tried to bring it up with her, but she just gets a little smile and doesn't say a word. It's like her fun little secret. It's all innocent enough in the grand scheme of things. But I'm pretty sure they also live out in that trash heap. And ever since she started talking about her friends, she's been trying to sneak out there. Oh, maybe the ditchlings are coming from Tetanus Lake. I'm concerned she's gonna get hurt or catch some kind of disease. Ooh, are you sure they're rats? I think so. Pastor shifts uncomfortably for a moment. I hope so. What have they been saying? They like to try and goad me into crying or becoming depressed. They watch me through unseen holes and make fun of me and try to figure out how to press my buttons. What? That's interesting. It's annoying, but easy enough to block out, especially when I'm praying. I don't think they're a good influence on Tulip, though. She's gotten quiet and secretive ever since she started talking to him. I'd hate to think what they say to her when I'm not around to hear. Have you actually seen them? No, but I don't need to. I lived in a dorm that had rats once. You never see them, but the church has all the signs of an infestation, and there's no mistaking the sounds of little creatures stampeding through the walls. I've left out some humane rat traps, but they're too smart for them. All it's done is waste peanut butter. And I caught a possum once, poor thing. Possums are never very bright. Hey, don't you trash talk Dustin. He's the smartest little possum around. But at least he got a nice big scoop of peanut butter at the ordeal. Has Janie heard them? She's not in the church very often. She's usually in town doing her job up until late. And we spend our evenings in the house. It's just me and Tulip all day long. Janie knows Tulip has made some strange little friends, but thinks it's an imagination game. I was hoping I'd sort out the rat issue before she could get suspicious, but they're persistent, so I may have to hire an exterminator if I can get money for one. I hope it doesn't have to come to that. Oh my gosh, could you imagine the screams after? Have you tried befriending them? Maybe Tulip's onto something. I can't say I'm interested. They don't seem like they'd be very good friends. And I don't usually use strong language like this, but I hate rats. Watch your profanity. Those tails. Ugh. He shudders. Ugh. God knew exactly what he was doing when he made rats. They look just as bad as the disease they carry. No way I'd want to get cuddly with one, let alone let any of them get close to Tulip. I don't know, rats are kinda cute. Still, I suppose I could try talking to them. And if that fails, maybe you can lend a hand. Sure, I'll be down. I don't want to be too much of a bother, and you should probably finish looking for your missing friend first, but I'll be around if you have time to check in later this week. Out of the corner of your eye, you see Kanika and Avery walking back to the two of you. They must have finished talking to Janie. Janie says she hasn't seen Stella either, So, we better get going. Thanks for suggesting we head up here, Bee. We got to feed the alpacas. They were so cute and soft. It was awesome. And Janie says she'll come by the diner with cookies for the miners. And a few extra from me, of course. Hope your talk with the pastor went well.
Yes, we had a great conversation. I appreciate you stopping by, even if it wasn't under the best circumstances. I'll let y'all be on your way. And I hope Stella turns up soon. I'll put in some good prayers with the big man for her.
Alright, thanks. See ya. Kanika and Avery start back down the path to town and follow you. And you follow. What was that about? What was that about? He seemed pretty insistent on talking to you alone.
Yeah, we didn't say anything weird, did we?
Well, he asked me not to tell anybody, so I'm not going to tell anybody. I guess we could do that. That's telling the truth without revealing his secret, and he did ask us to help. Phillips apparently made some weird imaginary friends. We might want to check it out later this week. Kids make up imaginary friends all the time. Pastor Daniel says there's a rat infestation at the church and that the rats are her friends. I don't know. It seems weird. I should have known we'd have to deal with a spooky kid at some point. Okay, as much as I hate going back there, I guess that's a loose lead? If we don't have anything else to investigate once we've found Stella and... Kanika pauses. Once we've checked out the clinic, maybe we can look around the church? Sounds like a plan. Let's not get too distracted until we find Stella, though. Where to next? To Oscar's and Rosalina's house. We must check on our friends. Let's check in with Oscar and Rosalina. They should be at the old Maxwell Place. Tabitha dropped off the keys this morning. The old Maxwell Place? With Rosalina's leg the way it is? The old Maxwell Place? With Rosalina's leg the way it is and everything they've been through? Now they have to stay in a broken down ruin that should have been bulldozed years ago? I guess it's good they have a roof over their head, or what's left of a roof. I like you, Avery. You always look at the bright side of things. Your cousin is gonna get an earful next time I see her. Kanika storms off down the road, and you and Avery follow close behind. You don't get far before the sound of growling and a desperate hiss grabs your attention. Get away from me. I'm supposed to be an indoor cat. I'm not supposed to see things like you. You don't even talk, you freak. Oh, so it's... Wait, ditchlings talk? I can hear them in the trees and stuff. Very suspicious. You turn to see a ditchling approaching a cornered pixel in the alleyway. He must have slipped out of the library with everyone else last night. Oh. Okay, well you're a little bit more spooky than the ones I've seen. Hello there. The ditchling, distracted from its hunt by your arrival, cranes its neck to face you, its eyes settling on you with an alien indifference. Hey, quit it! The words feel meek as they leave your mouth, and the ditchling, unaffected, turns back to its cornered prey. Oh no, we gotta do something. We gotta save Pixel. Is there a pipe or something lying around? Maybe we could scare it off. There's no time. I'm grabbing Pixel. The dog brigade, let's go! Before you can react, a small pack of dogs round the corner. Oh! Oh my! Heck yeah, kick its butt, guys! They pounce on the creature, pulling it from the wall, and then taking turns biting and tearing at it until it's ripped into shreds. Their task is complete, and they saunter towards you. What the? Isn't that Daisy? And Scraps? And what looks like every other dog in town? All in some kind of dog gang?
I lived.
Pixel, you got out of the library. Oh, you poor cat. Come here. Oh, hey, Pixel. At least you're nice to me. Pixel cautiously walks towards your group before clambering into your arms. He has a comfortable heft to him. Oh, he chunky boy. Rosalina feeds him well. I guess he likes you more than me. Oh, sorry, Kanika. We found him last night, terrified and shaking in a bush outside the library.
Psh, I wasn't that scared. I've been helping out. Little Pixel's been volunteering as a scout. Don't worry, we're always right around the corner. Those creatures only like to strike out when they have the numbers, but they're hardly very bright. We've made sure the little guy was taken care of till the humans were awake. Do y'all know where he's supposed to be?
Let's see, what does it go? Good doggies!
Thank you, I appreciate the compliment.
You call me a good dog? Daisy's a good dog? Daisy's tail wags excitedly before she regains her composure. Sorry. I just love to hear it. So you're the Scraps I've heard so much about.
The one and only. This here is Daisy, and we've got a few other concerned locals with us as well. Just making sure the cats and dogs of the holler are well cared for, considering the recent events.
There are more of those things in the woods every day popping out of innocent bodies of what used to be dogs like us.
He's done us a fine service, but you best make sure Pixel is inside from here on out. I've got a feeling things are only going to get worse from here. Like to see you try. I was an indoor cat, but now that I've got a taste of the outdoors, I will never be satisfied by the indoor life. But maybe I can wait till all those monsters are gone.
We'll make sure he gets back to his family. We were actually headed right over there.
We appreciate it, human. Word's been going around town that there was some among you who could properly understand us. It'll be good to have you on our side during these strange times.
Odd things are going on around here. It's important for all of us living things to watch out for each other. So are you all some kind of dog militia or something?
Yes, I suppose you could say that.
I'm sure you've met the town's illustrious leader by now.
When the powers that be abandon you, it's up to the rest of us to band together and protect those who need protecting.
Have any of you seen or smelled Gretchen? Is she missing? Oh dear Scraps, do you think?
Gretchen's person would never let that happen to her. Wherever she is, I'm sure she's safe from those things. A dog like her doesn't get to be that age without a watchful human at her side.
Agreed, Scraps. Can you help us find her? You've got better noses for this sort of thing.
We'll do our best. We didn't intend on making any more trips out into the woods, but if it's for Gretchen, we'll make that risk.
She's a well-liked dog in these parts, been around longer than any of us. It'd be a blow to the community for her to fall victim to those monstrosities. Gretchen really admires you, Scraps.
Oh, she flatters me so. I'm nothing special, just another dog. All the more reason to go after her before it's too late.
Don't be so modest, Scraps. You're the kind of dog other dogs listen to. That's more than can be said about that Jimmy. He thinks he's so high and mighty just because he can sit and stay the best, as if obedience is the best quality in a leader. Is there anything we humans can do about the ditchlings? Ooh, good question.
They ain't that hard to kill when there's a whole lot of us. They die easy enough, so as long as you don't get caught unawares.
That's why we're gathering all the local dogs. A big pack is a safe pack. Jimmy may not be doing anything to help, but that doesn't mean we can't take matters into our own hands. Now, Daisy, no need to start in about the mayor. He has his own priorities. So long as he doesn't get in our way, we don't need to go starting trouble.
Aren't your families worried about you off on your own like this?
We're country dogs, so as long as we come home for dinner, most of us aren't missed too much.
Speak for yourself. I know my family's been worried sick, but I can't let that get in the way of what's important. Besides, if I went home, they might tie me up, and then I'd be a sitting duck. I mean, dog. Alright, I guess we're gonna get on our way. I'm not gonna crap talk the mayor or anything like that. Cause this is Jimmy's the mayor, give him respect. Nah. Screw Jimmy. Yeah, let's do that. Let's go the Gretchen route. Yeah, screw Jimmy. What a joke. One of you should have been mayor. Well, aren't you sweet?
Some dogs just ain't fit to lead. It's not his fault the humans of this town flung him so far out of his depths.
See, we're with them. I guess we must get on our way. Miss Baby. See, we're with them. I guess we best be on our way. We best be on our way.
Same for us. For the first time that we know of, those things are out during the day, which means the pets of Scarlet Hollow need us now more than ever.
Make sure the humans keep an extra careful watch on their furry companions. The band of dogs scampers off. You just had a full-on conversation with those dogs. It's so weird when you do that.
Weird or cool? I wish I could hear the other side of the conversation. It seems like there's a whole dog culture in this town that I've been missing out on.
Knowing dogs are capable of carrying a full conversation is going to make me being a veterinarian really weird.
You'll just have to hire me as a translator. You'd be the best vet in the country with someone like that on your staff.
Heck yeah, let's do it. I'm down. Pixel in tow, you and your companions continue to the old Maxwell Place. Wait, wasn't the old Maxwell Place where all the kids would hang out? Because it was so run down and abandoned? The old Maxwell Place. It was clearly once a mid-century modern home, and undoubtedly quite stylish for its time. But it's been abandoned for unknown decades, and moss and vines choke its exterior, barely concealing cracked walls and dust-clouded glass.
Hey, where the heck are you taking me? This isn't my house.
Before you can approach, the door opens and Oscar's head pokes out from the entryway.
Hello? Oh, sorry if I started, y'all. The walls here are worn down enough I could hear you coming from a block away.
Good morning, Oscar.
Just thought we'd pop by and check in. Thank goodness you found Pixel. Rosalina's been beside herself.
Oscar's voice is tired. He's had a long night and it shows. His graying face seemingly has aged in the hours since you last saw him.
Please, come on in.
You're doing really great, Rosalina. Not a lot of kids your age could take shots that well. You're being so brave. You don't have to talk to me like I'm 5. But you are brave. You really are, Rosalina. You're like so badass. Alexis is right. This is more than most people have to deal with in their whole lives. And here you are, taking it like a champ. Before Dr. Kelly can continue, Pixel jumps from your arms, bounding across the room and leaping into Rosalina's chest. Pixel, I've been so worried about you.
I told you he'd turn up. Dr. Kelly's almost gentle bedside manner vanishes as she turns and glares at you.
Hi.
I see we have visitors.
How is she, Doc?
She can tell us herself. What do you say, Rosalina? How are you?
Tired. My leg hurts a lot. But the medicine is helping. It's not so bad now.
And what are you not gonna do today?
Walk around.
Sorry, Dr. Kelly. I should have been better at stopping her.
I take full responsibility as her father. I should have...
No need for anyone to step in and take the blame for anything. It's the hospital's fault for sending her home at all. It's gross negligence, if you ask me. But you just have to give it time. Then you can do all the running around you want. All right, Rosalina? You just have to make sure you give that leg of yours a chance to heal up a bit first. You don't want to pop your stitches.
How's Reese?
He's fine. Had a rough night, but he'll recover. He's used to this sort of thing. He just needs a couple of days to get back on his feet. That means no more excitement, not even a movie.
Aww. I'm so sorry to hear that, Dr. Kelly. But I want to see Shino-Chi Deathblood. I was promised chilling Japanese found footage horror. Let's see. Again about the library. I guess we could apologize for the library. I still feel really bad about that. Sorry again about the library. There's no need to apologize. It's a building. You're a person. You matter more than a pile of stones. I do kind of wish we could go back for our stuff. Thanks for letting me borrow your clothes, Alexis.
You can borrow as much as you need. I have plenty of shirts. And now you can do laundry at our house, too.
Of course, there are some family heirlooms that I'd rather not lose. Portraits of my parents, my father's mining jacket. I don't like the thought of their living memories being forgotten in there. And the fact that it stole the library from me too, that one really stings. But what are you gonna do? What's going to happen to your career now that the library's closed? That's a good question. I was up all night wondering the same thing. If things stay the way they are right now, it's essentially like the library burned down. The books are inaccessible, the building is unsalvageable. In that scenario, the country would have to put up the money to build a new archive, or we'd have to move someplace where I can work an existing library, and Scarlet Hollow would lose a valuable public service. Oscar?
Move? So, you and Rosalina would leave?
But we're not gonna do that, right, Dad? We're staying here. Is there any way you can just, start over and rebuild the collection? I'm sure folks around town would be willing to pitch in. It would be a lot of work, but that's a possibility. Still, maybe it won't even have to come to that. So, Dr. Kelly, are you gonna start poisoning her too? No! I mean, it's a possibility, but no! You just don't come out and say that outright. Well, we'll try to lighten the mood a little bit. It doesn't actually seem that bad here. It's not that bad. Look, you got nice big windows. You can put some plants up in there. Have a lot of sunlight. There's a lot of cracks in the walls, but I guess that's okay. That's fine. Are you joking? I can smell the wood rot from down the street. It's alright. It's a roof over our heads. And we won't have to stay here for long. I'm going to get the library back, and our house with it.
I'd be best on my way. Goodbye, Rosalina. Make sure you stay put and keep Pixel company, okay?
I will. Bye, Dr. Kelly.
Thanks again for doing this. I can't express how much.
It's nothing. I'll call later today to see how she's doing. Good luck to the both of you.
Dr. Kelly briskly pushes past you and leaves. Oscar, before we get sidetracked, we're not just here to talk about monsters and what happened at the library. Oh? Stella's been missing since last night. Oh,
You haven't seen her, right?
not since last night.
Now I'm really starting to worry. It sounds like no one in town has seen her. If anywhere, I thought she'd be here hanging out with Oscar and Rosalina.
That doesn't mean something bad happened.
But it doesn't exactly sound like it's all sunshine and roses for her either.
I'm sure she'll be okay, but you should probably get back to looking for her soon. Before you go, though, there's something I wanted to get your thoughts on. Let's step outside.
Oscar ushers you to the street.
What's up? Is everything okay? Yes, or at least as okay as it can be, considering everything that's happened. But I don't exactly feel safe. Strange things are going on in Scarlet Hollow, and I'm tired of running from them. I want to get our house back. You've all been looking into the town's history, correct? I've overheard your discussion in the library the other day. Have you been able to find anything that might explain what's going on?
I don't think we have too much to go on. I can't help but to feel there must have been some kind of inciting event since everything started getting weird seemingly overnight, but I have no idea where to even start. Literally.
Avery stares at you.
Hi.
I mean, it's obvious, right? Things only started happening once B got here. Oh no.
Kanika shoots Avery a glare. I mean, he's not wrong. No, we are not throwing B under the bus here.
What? There's nothing wrong with being a magical catalyst?
Sure, there's probably nothing wrong with someone being a magical catalyst, but there's definitely something wrong with saying someone's a magical catalyst. If people get the wrong idea, we're only a couple of steps away from the whole town deciding to shaw her. Nobody's gonna drag B into a witch hunt on my watch. Thank you, Kanika. I appreciate that.
I'd like to think we've outgrown the days of running people out of town on the rails.
I'd rather play it safe.
Don't worry, it's not like I'm going to run around town telling everybody that B magicked a bunch of terrible disasters into existence. But if there is a catalyst for all this, why wouldn't it be a lost Scarlet finally coming home to Scarlet Hollow? If I may, B's getting into town isn't the only major event that happened lately. Her land died over a week ago, and those creatures in the woods were already reproducing by the time she arrived. Not to mention, I started seeing things in our house before poor lamb passed. I never thought to make a note of it exactly when the spirit made itself known. Whether the cause is this, there must be some way to put this genie back in the bottle. I'm going to do my best to find out if there have ever been any similar events, and whether there's anything special about Scarlet Hollow that might explain what's going on. The town's archives are, unfortunately, in the library. Rosalina had been pressing me to make some sort of digital backup for months, but I never got around to it. So online sources it is.
We'll fill you in on what little we know, so at least you have some places to start. We've been finding these weird stone seals. There was one in the mines and another in your basement. There might be one more.
These are those carvings you mentioned last night, right? To think there was something like that under my house all this time, and to think someone must have put it there, but who? This gives me quite a few threads to follow. Thank you, B.
Lee, didn't you say you felt something similar to the mine seal outside the clinic yesterday? I hope that doesn't mean something weird is about to happen there too.
Uh-oh, losing the library is already a blow, but losing the only doctor office in town? Feels like it would be bad. Here's to hoping we sort things out before that becomes an issue.
Make sure Pixel stays inside or he might get grabbed by the ditchlings.
The ditchlings are those things from the woods, right? With those faces? Yeah, the English doughboy. Yeah, the English doughboys. I kinda like them. It's like a hidden objects game out there today, with all the weird little faces peering out of the bushes.
And Wayne? Like them? Are we talking about the same creatures that have been laying eggs in the local wildlife?
I don't want to get friendly with them or anything, I just think they're kind of interesting.
Each their own. I think some dogs kept him safe, like a gang of dogs. I know it sounds ridiculous, but we saw them with our own eyes.
A gang of dogs? I suppose stranger things have happened. This very week, in fact. But I'll make sure he stays safe.
I think Dr. Kelly is hiding something. Dinner last night was weird.
I don't think we need to go around accusing anyone of being deceitful.
No, B is definitely right. I know that's probably not great to hear since Zombeelina really needs her right now, but something is up with Dr. Kelly. I'm worried about Reese.
She seemed pretty normal in there, even if she was a little terse with you two. She was pretty nice to Zombeelina, I'd say.
Yeah, she likes sick people and kids, people who are easy to control.
I request we drop this line of thinking. We don't need to turn on each other based on pure speculation. Besides, she took me at my word about everything that happened last night. That was to count for something, right?
Whatever we're doing next, I feel like we're missing a vital team member. We need to find Stella, and fast. I agree. We need her brazen energy if we're gonna do any serious sleuthing.
See you around, Oscar.
Let us know what you find.
I will. We're going to get the library back, and we're going to figure out how to fix whatever is wrong with this town.
So, that's Oscar. Any other ideas? I don't think the diner's gonna be much help, but maybe we can go ask Tabby for help. Tabby knows Stella more than any of us, I think. Let's go check out the mines. We should go to the mines. I guess there's a decent chance Stella went to find your cousin. I can't say I get it, but it's definitely something she would do. See? That was my thinking.
You don't see it? Oh, come on. The two of them have such a dynamic, you know?
Classic dog and cat situation. Oh, the black cat and golden retriever energy. I see it too, Avery. Come on, I'll drive us. We follow Kanika to her van. It isn't long before you find yourselves outside the Scarlet Mines. There's a small gathering of workers outside the entrance to the mines, picket signs in hand. Is this a strike? They're striking?
There's a whole group of them talking about it in the diner yesterday. Seems like the collapse was the last straw for some folks.
Good for them, but I kind of thought there'd be more of them, you know? I hope it's not weird to talk to them while they're in the middle of all this.
Don't worry, I know these guys. Most of them are in the diner at least a couple days a week. They'll be chill.
Will they be chill talking to Tabitha's cousin, though?
Well, if it isn't the boss's cousin. You might have had us fooled the other day, but word gets around fast.
Hail and well met, fellow countrymen. What goes on here? Why are we so cringy? The miners stare at you.
A strike? We're petitioning the boss for better working conditions. Nobody wants to go back in there after the collapse, not for what we are paid for and how we're treated. Not that we need to be telling you anything.
Just better hours now, or none at all. I am unhappy with the treatment I am receiving as a worker at the Scarlet Mines. How's it going?
We thought a kid losing her leg would have pushed folks over the edge, but I guess the boss personally dragging those kids out of that mine left a lasting impression. People are calling the boss a goddamn hero.
They're calling Tabitha a hero? Really? We were there too that night.
It's like everyone just forgot about how poorly she's been treating us, or how unsafe the mines are. I can't go back down there knowing the rock over my head could come down at any second. I value my life more than my paycheck. It was dumb luck she saved those kids. If she had any actual value, she'd come to the table and give us what we're owed. I know there's not a lot of us out here, but there's more of us at the diner, and there's more of us setting up mutual aid. But once people see our follow-through, they're going to join up. This is only the beginning.
Let me know if there's anything the general store can do to help.
Anything you can think of, we'll take it. We need all the support we can get right now.
What are your grievances?
We'd like competitive pay, 8-hour shifts instead of 12 or more.
12 or more?
Improvements to the sick days and vacation policies. And a thorough safety inspection before any of us step foot in the underground again. That collapse was way too close to the active mine for me to feel safe down there. Till I know for sure I won't wind up buried under 2 tons of rock. We want to change things. There's no reasons we should be treated like we're a disposable workforce. If we're the ones making her money, we should be making money too, not just scraping by.
I don't know, I think Tabitha's barely scraping by too. Have you seen our house? Or, sorry, her house.
That's a lot of grievances. Working here seems tough.
Yeah.
You think Tabitha can even make those changes without the mines going under?
I'm sure she can figure it out.
I'm not saying she's not a bad boss. People clearly aren't happy with her. But coal's getting used less and less. And I've seen that old Scarlet house. It's practically condemned.
Right, Avery?
If she has money to spare, where is it going?
Oh, that is a good question. Avery, out here asking the real questions. I really didn't peg you as someone who would go to bat for Tabitha.
I'm not. I'm just trying to get the full picture here. And if the mines fail, I don't see how Aunt Winnie's diner doesn't fail with it.
Okay, but that's the whole problem. A single family shouldn't be able to hold an entire town hostage. The workers need a say in the business.
Fair enough.
I guess I could take all the stuff to Tabitha. I'd hate to be like crossing a picket line, but we could help the miners out as well. That's it. Look, I need to talk to my cousin. I'd be happy to pass along your demands.
Sure, if you think you can get her to come to the table, it'd make a real difference. Just make sure you leave the actual demands to us.
Alright, I'm down. Okay, if I'm helping y'all out here, do you mind if I go talk to my cousin?
Sure, go for it.
I don't care if they're okay with you going in. I'm still not crossing a picket line, but we gotta give Tabitha their demands. We're the middleman here. We're the messenger. Hopefully she don't shoot us. Besides, I don't think Tabitha will be too happy to see me. I'll just wait by the van while you go talk to her.
Same. Everyone who works here is a regular at the diner. I don't want to make things weird.
Well, they don't know me, so I'm alright. As long as I got the okay. See you on the other side. The industrial noises of the Scarlet Mines are only a little quieter than they were 2 days ago. The trailer that serves as Tabitha's office looms above you on the hill. Knock, will be polite. You walk up to the Tabitha's trailer and knock on the door. You wait for a moment. No response. Knock again. You knock again. Oh, for the love of... The door swings open.
Tabby, how you doing? How's my favorite cousin? Oh, it's you. Should I go? Yeah, and try not to get yourself noticed. Hey, do you have a minute? It's important. I really don't, but you're already here, aren't you? Make it quick. Should I already said you could leave, Rodriguez. We'll talk more later. The door clicks closed as Rodriguez leaves Tabitha's office. Oh! Okay, I'm sorry, Tabby. I'm so sorry. I've been the worst cousin. I haven't listened to you, nor have I spent any quality time with you. I'm a terrible person. I can make this up. Do you like frozen yogurt? I can't have frozen yogurt, but I know you like it. Come on, Tabby. We can talk about this. We can talk about this. The instant you're alone, Tabitha rounds on you. She grabs you by the collar, her face close to yours, eyes full of rage, her words a frustrated hiss. Listen to me, Bee. Really listen. This isn't some fun little game, okay? This is my life, and if you value yours, you'll keep quiet about what you just saw. I don't care if we're family. I can make the rest of your stay here a living hell if you cross me. Sorry? I'm sorry, Tabby. Her grip loosens. She has pictures of Stella. Not just like the band poster, but actual Tabby. Sorry to get so scary for a second. I'm so close to having everything under control here. I can't risk you mucking it up like you've done with everything else this week. So sorry. Start crying. I'm not gonna get mad at her. She's had a rough week and we have been part of that rough week. I feel so bad for Tabitha. No, we're chill. I get it. I totally do, Tabby. I've been terrible and I want to formally apologize. I hope you mean that. Just because if you don't, just know that I always follow through on my promises. What did you come up here to talk about anyway? Just decided you wanted to bother me on the worst possible day to be bothered? Stella is missing. Have you seen her? She's missing? Tabitha is quiet for a moment. I'm sure she'll turn up, but I'll see if I can get a hold of her. Don't think looking for my missing acquaintance gives you a pass to do anything dangerous. I wouldn't dream of it. I was just looking for Stella today, nothing dangerous at all. You're forbidden from doing risky things, even for what you might think is a good reason. Is looking for Stella risky? I mean, like I said, just looking for Stella and gonna have tea. That's it. I promise. I promise I'll stay safe. I hope you can stick to that, please. Let's have one day where no one winds up traumatized or stuck in mortal peril. I'm trying, Tabby. I'm trying to be better. I promise. I also wanted to see how you were doing with the strike, your mom, everything. Really, let's talk. Did you really think I'd want to have some kind of heart-to-heart right now? Sorry, B, but I have work to do. Save your probing questions for some other time. Or never. I don't care which. I should have started crying. You're making it really hard to connect with you. I'm trying to connect with you. I'm technically the problem here. If I really am truthful, I'm the reason we're not connecting because I'm a terrible cousin. I'm so sorry, Tabby. Oh my gosh, all of these Like, the only thing is, like I want to tell her that I'm trying to connect with her, but it doesn't really seem that way because yesterday I kind of ditched her, and I really did feel bad about that, but I really wanted to go have breakfast at Stella's because she's cute. But I'll try it. I'll try it. I'm just trying to connect with you. Are you? Is that why you keep ignoring everything I say to spend time with a bunch of strangers instead? I mean, fair. I want to talk about the strike. Good for you. I don't. Now, if you have something else to talk about, spit it out. Otherwise, get out of my office and let me work. But I have demands. This is like, love you sounds like very love you, bye. Same thing with it, that's all, bye. I'm done here, see you around. That sounds so mean. All of these answers are terrible, besides just turning and leaving. I don't want to just leave her without saying goodbye. I really do care for her. That's all, bye. Stay safe. I'll try, Tabby. You leave the office, the door slamming shut behind you. Well, I didn't get anything from that, but hopefully she'll call Stella. If we're all looking for her, one of us is bound to find her. You find Kanika and Avery waiting for you outside. You don't look like you found any new leads. It feels like we've done our due diligence here. Come on, I'll drive us back to town and we can figure out our next move from there. Where to next? I don't want to go back to the diner because I'm having fun chilling with Kanika and Avery. I feel like if we go back to the diner that he'll have to go back to work. So let's go get tea. I'm supposed to get tea with your mom today. Maybe she'll have some ideas. Sure, we can humor her. She's probably going to give you some rocks or bundles of herbs for protection or something, which might actually work. Who knows? Guess there's only one way to find out. Let's do it. The bells of the general store chime welcomingly as the three of you enter. Kanika, there you are. You were supposed to stay in bed today, remember? And hello, you two. Hope you both recovered from last night's fiasco. Sorry, Mom. It's just that Stella's missing and Stella can take care of herself. Unlike you, you need bed rest and lots of fluids. You don't need to go running around town spreading your that cold of yours. Go on. Get up to bed. I'll be up in a minute with more tea. I thought you had some kind of important thing to talk to me about. I'm really feeling okay. I want to hear what you wanted to say to her. I'll just be doing a tea reading. Haven't those always bored you to tears? Okay, you're right. I'm not feeling well. I should really lie down. Bye, Bee. Kanika turns and heads towards the stairs without saying another word. Mystical. Something isn't right here, but it's hard to put it into words or pin it down into thoughts. Sybil? Are you doing your little witchy thing? Are you using your little witchy powers right now? And I'm sorry to be a bad host, Avery, but I was hoping Bea and I could do our reading in private. I'm sure Winnie needs help at the diner. Oh, you're right. I've totally left her on her own today. Fine by me. I wouldn't want to mess with your tea vibes. I'm sure those leaves are very particular. Oh, before I go, I did want to ask, are you a witch? As flattered as I am that you think I'm magical, I'm just an old lady who likes tea and has a few unusual hobbies. Look, I'm just saying, doing stuff like reading tea leaves is pretty witchy as far as I'm concerned, but I won't push it. Though, Just so you know, if you are a witch, you could totally tell us. We'd be cool about it. I mean, totally. I'll be leaving y'all to your non-supernatural private tea leaf reading. We'll catch up tomorrow, B.
Bye, Avery.
They make their way out of the general store, disappearing down the street in the direction of the diner.
Shall we?
Sybil motions towards the tea room. Follow Sybil to the tea room.
Please, have a seat. I'll bring you a fresh cup. I'm in danger.
You take a seat at the small table at the edge of the room. It's dark here, only a sliver of sunlight able to filter through the heavy curtains, supplemented by the bright glow lights over the plants in the corner. Sybil joins you at the table and places a cup in front of you. It smells light and citrusy, with an undercurrent of decaying earth. It's the same tea you sampled with Avery at the diner on Tuesday. Oh, the chaga tea? This is a special blend. It should help clarify some of the visions you've been getting. I'll be able to do a reading once you're done. Until then, how about we just chat? Oh no. We'll try to stay away from sipping our tea as long as possible. Let's just chit-chat. So, how'd you end up in Scarlet Hollow? Oh, my family's been in these hills for a long time. That's how I know so much of the local flora. Everything I've learned was handed down from generations of hill folk. Oh no. Got my eye on you, Sybil. There hasn't always been a reliable doctor up here, especially not one most folks could afford. They have to figure out their own medicine. The other day you promised to tell me, what was it? Unsavory tales of my mom's youth? I most certainly did. I thought I might have exaggerated a bit for a dramatic effect. I'm prone to doing that. In a town this size, you get to know everybody, no matter what the age difference might be. Vivian was a little younger than me, which meant I always had a certain older sister instinct about her. Her family wasn't good to her. Her land was a lot like your great-grandmother, Edwardine. Oh, yeah, we learned about Edwardine. She was a great person. Which is to say, she was not a very kind woman. Similar to Tabitha, but with more social grace and considerably more hatred for her fellow man. But your mother wasn't a shrieking violet either. See, she was just as stubborn as any other Scarlet, so her family choosing her as their punching bag made her into quite the rebel. Why were Pearl Ann and my mother raised by Edwardine? What happened to their mother? Their entry into this world was violent, I'm afraid. Their mother was young, too young to be pregnant, especially with twins. She didn't survive the labor. What do you know about my grandma? I'm afraid there isn't much I can tell you. I think there were two in that generation. The eldest died when the girls were still children. Edwardine never spoke about them, nor did your mother. I feel like you know a lot about the women in my family, but what about the men? Did they even exist? I suppose they just haven't been very noteworthy since Edwardine took over the mines. Her husband died a long time ago, and to be quite honest, I can't even recall his name. Might have been Stuart or something just as forgettable. From what Vivian said, her father was some teenage fling that ended once your grandmother found out she was pregnant. fairly certain it was similar for Vivian, though she was much older, and I believe she was the one who ended it, that with skipping town and all. What happened when my mom found out she was pregnant? She came to me for advice. She was distraught. It was like she had been handed a death sentence. Maybe it was fear from what had happened to her own mother. Maybe it was something else. She seems convinced she was in danger. Tabitha had already been born by then, of course, but she was born in wedlock, so I assumed your mother's worries had something to do with religion. Though the Scarlets weren't particularly religious as far as I know. But the way Vivian was that night she came to me, it stuck in my mind. It's always had me wondering what it was about your family that made her panic so much at the thought of having a baby. Wait a second, what was that? Sybil, why am I being forced to drink the tea? I should be able to decide not to drink it. What's wrong? What? Sybil, what are you doing? I'm gonna ask you some more questions. We're gonna come back to that. What's with all this mystery and ritual? If you have something to tell me, just come out and say it. I'll need your tea leaves first. I have pieces of the puzzle, but the tea leaves should help give me the full picture. Drink the tea. Sip your tea. Mystical. Alright, we'll try it. Sybil, why am I being forced to drink the tea? I should be able to decide not to drink it. What's wrong with me? Dear, I'm afraid I don't understand what you're trying to say right now. There's always a choice. It's quite an aromatic blend though, isn't it? I'll take your enthusiasm for my tea as a compliment. I can ask it again? Sybil, why am I being forced to drink the tea? I should be able to decide not to drink it. What's wrong with me? Dear, you just asked me that. You don't have to do anything. Suspicious squint. I wonder how many times I can just keep asking this. Something is up, Sybil. My spidey senses are tingling, and I don't know if it's good or bad, but they be tingling. Sybil, why am I being forced to drink the tea? I should be able to decide not to drink it. What's wrong with me? Dear, are you feeling alright? I'm starting to worry about you. Too much running around this week has clearly crossed up some of your wires. Flipping gaslighting me. Now I can't even ask. Okay, we'll sip the tea. I can't even leave! You take the tea, sipping it delicately, pinky up. The citrus smell is fleeting, quickly replaced with the earthiness at its core. It's like you've taken a mouthful of dirt. Yep, it's that chaga tea. But the aftertaste combined with the two flavors into something soothing and medicinal, and you find yourself feeling more comfortable, your muscles relaxing for the first time in days. Okay, I can get with this. Alright, let's relax. There we go. Alright. Relaxed. It's soothing beyond what you would expect at an ordinary tea. There must be something magical at work in this blend. We relaxed, it's fine. We totally chill right now. Finish the tea. Oh no. We're gonna wake up in an ice bath missing a kidney. You close your eyes and take another sip, and then another. It's delightful. The tea is gone before you know it, the small cup empty save for what's left of your rehydrated leaves coating the bottom. Well, yeah, because she needs to, like, swirl the last little bit of tea with the leaves in the cup and then, like, place it on the saucer, right? Or does she do it differently? Oh, good. Glad you found the tea palatable enough to drink. It should do you some good. It's one of those more medicinal blends. Now, on to business. Oh, she just outright reads it. Sybil takes the cup from you, staring thoughtfully down at the sludge. Oh, dear. This doesn't bode well. You've got about every warning that can fit in the bottom of a cup. Cross, kettle, hourglass? All of these mean death, misery, and difficulty. And the hourglass ties it all together with definite urgency. It's fair to assume that all this has to do with whatever brought the ditchlings. Something is coming, and whether any of us can stop it, I'm not sure. But we may at the very least be able to figure out what it is. And there's a central figure here. A cat? An enemy lurking in plain sight? Oh, I can see. I'd like to see this little tea reading you're doing here, Sybil. I'm sure it wouldn't make sense to most people. It'll probably just look like a confusing mess of old leaves, but you're free to take a look. I can see the cat. I can definitely see the cat. It's like right here. I don't see anything else though, like the cross and the... What was the rest of it? Hourglass? I don't see any of that, but I definitely see the cat. Little ears, and then like it goes like here, it's resting in the little tail. At least that's what I see. You take the cup, staring down into it. It's just leaves, there's no pattern. Nothing swimming together in the dregs of your tea to give you any warnings of premonitions. After a long moment, Sybil takes the cup back from you. I hope that settled your curiosity. Don't worry if you couldn't make any sense of it. It takes years to learn this sort of thing, even for someone with your propensities. She winks conspiratorially. Oh, the cat's gotta be Pixel. Frau. I don't think so. The cat's gotta be Tabitha. I don't think she's our enemy. The cat would be Wayne. I don't think Wayne's our enemy either. Stella, Kanika, Oscar. None of these people have shown anything to be our enemy, but something is definitely up with Sybil. Dr. Kelly? Ooh, Dr. Kelly might be one. But I think there's something more going on here. Because something definitely is up with Reese. Cat could be Dustin. No, I don't think it's Dustin. Cat could be Pastor Daniel. No, he seems pretty nice. Well, that leaves one option. That's ridiculous. Sybil is helping you. And if she was the cat, why would she warn you about herself? Pick someone else. What? Brain, be quiet. Stop telling me to pick somebody else. That being weird, Brain. Mystical. That isn't you though, is it? Ignore it and speak your mind. How do I know you're not the cat? I suppose you don't. Though, I think the cat wouldn't exactly warn you about itself. Well, that's to get rid of suspicion from the cat. The cat would totally say that. Still, you can't rule anyone out. Even the old woman with the tea obsession. She keeps winking at me. You don't have to figure out the answer right away. It often takes time for the mind to connect the dots. Just be on guard. Keep vigilant that someone close to you isn't to be trusted. We know from the ditchlings that something terrible is coming your way, and it's likely it's connected to some hidden enemy. Perhaps we can try to counteract what might be planned for you. Judging by what you told me last night, Those stones, carvings, seals, whatever you want to call them, I think it's likely they have something to do with this. Until the cat reveals itself, it seems like your best course of action is to seek these carvings out, piece together what you can from your visions, and arm yourself with information. Sounds like the cat is trying to set me up for a trap. Have you sensed any others around town? Do you think you might be able to find another? Your thoughts drift to that door yesterday, the one that seemed to draw you in, urging you deeper into the clinic. Even just remembering is enough to tug at you, compelling you to return to open it to see what's on the other side. You can find Stella later. Maybe you can even find her there. What's important now is finally seeing what's hidden in the clinic. Sybil, are you compelling me to do something? Be honest. Oh, see, it's like I should go find them. They're in the clinic. But bad stuff always happens around them. What happens around these stones might not be anywhere close to what could happen if we let the danger encroaching on both of you and this town act unopposed. By the both of us, do you mean Stella and I? The ditchlings are multiplying every day. This is all going to come to a head, and it may just be a question of how prepared you are when it comes. Learning whatever you can could save your life, even if you're faced with more ghosts or ghouls along the way. I think that's all the help I can offer. I hope this conversation has been illuminating, even if it just brought up more questions than giving any clear answers. That's it? That wasn't helpful at all. All you did was look at some tea leaves and tell me to put myself in danger. She's like, you in danger, girl. B, you in danger, girl. Thanks. I'll let you know if I find anything. Glad to hear it. I hope all goes well, and I wish you luck. Hopefully, you won't need it. Thank you again for humoring an old lady and stopping by for a chat. With a small grunt of effort, Sybil gets up from the table, and you're escorted back to the door. And remember, be careful who you put your trust in. According to your tea, the cat is getting ready to pounce, and merely being ready for it might not be enough. Sybil closes the door to the tea room. The bells of its door strangely flat in the stale air of the nearly empty general store. I should go check on Tanika. Miles is not going to talk to me. He's too busy playing games. You're not going anywhere before checking on Tanika. You make your way upstairs. My gosh, I love all the little stickers. I actually have some of these stickers. Or at least something similar. Let's knock. You knock on Kanika's door. Mom, I really don't need any more tea. I think I'm just gonna lie down for a while. I'm not your mom. Oh, B, what's up? Can I come in? Sorry, B, my mom was right. I'm exhausted. I probably shouldn't push it or I'll wind up worse off tomorrow. Looks like you're on your own. You make your way out of the general store and down the road to the clinic. You make your way up the familiar hill, past the rows of ragged houses that make up Scarlet Hollow's residential area. It isn't long before you find yourself outside Dr. Kelly's clinic, its secrets enticing you to find a way in. It isn't long before you find yourself outside Dr. Kelly's clinic, secret enticing you to find a way in. Gosh, So many little ditchlings. You're not a ditchling, but this is. That is. I think these are some too. One right here. Here and... Wayne! What are you doing here? I promised Tabitha that I was gonna stay out of trouble. Don't be showing up like this. Every time you show up, I get into trouble. Shoo. Go on. Let me be in peace, please. Even at the bottom of the hill, you can already feel the presence. It's like a magnet has been fixed to your ribcage, gently tugging you forward, guiding you towards whatever emits its compulsive frequency. I'm gonna talk to animals. Gonna see if the little raccoon can help us get in. They like to break into places, right? You quickly glance around, eyes trained on the underbrush. A flash of a striped tail grabs your eye immediately.
Can I help you, Buster?
Hey, if you were trying to break into that house on the top of the hill, how would you do it?
What? Just because I've got little hands and go through people's trash, I'm supposed to know how to break into places? There's a hill that'll take you right up to that big flat roof thing. Sometimes the humans leave windows open up there and I can get inside. Don't tell them, okay? I like to sleep in their big piles of cloth. It's one of my few joys in life. Your secret's safe with me, buddy.
I thought I was in trouble there for a second because he was like,
What? Just because I'm a little raccoon, you think I can break into places?
He leaves you as you turn back to look at the clinic. You have your way in. Let's go for it. We can just walk in? Well, heck yeah, this is way easier than I thought it'd be. Let's go. We have the mystical, magical powers to keep us safe. Or get us into more trouble. You found at times that if you haven't wished to be seen, there's been nothing stopping you from remaining hidden. Graveyards, abandoned buildings, old tunnels. You've been in all sorts of strange and unusual places without incident, and for some reason, tonight, Dr. Kelly's clinic feels no different. You haphazardly make your way up the old wooden stairs of the clinic's wraparound porch, taking steps in strange patterns. To an outside observer, you might appear to be drunk, but there is an unconscious method to your conscious madness, though even you would be hard-pressed to describe it, but there's no creak or moan of ancient wood as you make your way to the door. Silence. Ninja. Push the door open slowly and slip in. Oh my goodness, she's right there. You can see the doc at the desk in some room down the hall. She hasn't noticed you. You shut the door silently, watching her closely. You're in the clinic, free to explore as you please. Or rather, you're free to explore as you please. Mystical. You can feel that odd sensation again, the nagging pull of whatever it was that wanted you to find it. You're here now, and it knows you're here. And you know exactly what it is. Another stone carving, eager to show you its secret. Oh no. I'm not eager to see its secrets. I also forgot where the door was. I think it was down the hall. This was the bathroom, I believe. Let's go. You've been caught by its gravity, an overwhelming curiosity guiding you around the corner and towards a dark doorway under the stairs. It's been left ajar, as if inviting you to enter. Turn on the lights. Oh! Hey, Reese. Am I interrupting something here? Are you okay, sweetie? Click the lights on. You're in the morgue. Wait, the morgue's under the stairs? That's kind of creepy. B? What are you doing in the morgue? We can just come out and flirt? No. No, vampire, this is the skin of a killer, Bella. What are you doing in the morgue? I'm sure it looks weird. It's not like I expected anyone to come down here. I was just, practicing. A rehearsal, if you will.
The voices are kind of distracting me, Reese. I'm so sorry.
I see. Being among the dead brings you comfort. Heh, I guess I haven't really given it a lot of thought.
Why did the music change like that? It just dropped.
His words seem distant to you. The tugging is strong down here. You can almost feel yourself slipping into a trance, and your eyes wander to the back wall of the morgue.
Oh, is it behind there?
You need to see what's back there. Follow the pool.
Excuse me, Reese. Pardon me. We're on a mission here. You're cute and all, but we gotta solve a mystery.
You touch the wall. It feels disappointingly solid under your palms. Hey, are you okay? You feel Reese's hand gently shake your shoulder, and for a moment, the thing on the other side of the blank white wall loosens its pull on you. You kinda looked possessed for a second there. You good?
Make him understand. Mystical. Use your words. Don't let this forever consume you. Be present in the moment. Okay, we gotta be present. We got to do 5 things we can see. So we can see a light, we can see a fridge, we can see gloves, we can see Reese, beautiful Reese. I lost count, gosh dang it. We can smell the formaldehyde. I am present. I am grounded.
You inhale deeply and take in your surroundings. You can't help but notice that one of the body storage drawers is labeled Berlin Scarlet.
It is? Oh my goodness, we can examine our aunt's body? I don't think Reese will think we're weird. I mean, he was down here in the morgue, so let's go see our aunt.
Step forward and pull out the drawer.
Ugh! I mean, it's a dead body.
So this is your Aunt Perlan, cold baroness of the Scarlet Mines and local she-devil that it seems no one, not even her own daughter, was able to mourn. Mystical. This is not the first corpse you've seen, but it feels the same as any other. She's an empty body now. The warmth and the energy of a life has now dissipated. The same as your mother was, and the same you'll be one day. Cold air rises from her bluish skin, her vacant, filmy eyes staring up at nothing.
Didn't they prep her for the funeral yet? Doc is really slacking on this one.
You try to imagine what she may have looked like alive and breathing, slinging subtle insults at townfolk, but it's hard to picture any expression on that face so stiff, cold with death. Making sure she didn't walk off?
We can poke her. I think she's dead.
She's totally faking it. I bet she's behind everything.
With everything going on lately, it's good to check. Wonder if her death is behind everything.
I'll get the doc to make sure the drawer is locked from here on out, just to be on the safe side.
Yeah, what if she turns into a zombie?
Having seen what there was to see, you slide the drawer back and close it.
The noises, the voices are getting louder.
Mystical. The mines had a stone carving the other night, as did Oscar's house yesterday. They've been giving me visions, and I can sense one on the other side of this wall. I need to see it. Reese glances back at the wall. You're really serious, aren't you? This is probably a bad idea, but if you really need to get in there, I'm pretty sure there's an emergency axe somewhere upstairs. I just need to get the doc out of our hair. Should take 2 seconds.
Get the doc out of our hair?
Yeah, if I say I'm sick and need something, she'll drop whatever she's doing to do it for me. Surefire way to get her out of the house. And most of the time it's true anyway.
I'm sorry, Reese. I keep getting distracted with the creepy voices. I'm so sorry. How did you learn this little trick?
When you're a teenager whose doctor mom won't leave you alone for 2 seconds, you learn how to make it happen.
Sounds great. Lead the way.
Sweet, I'll be right back. He strides past you, his long legs moving swiftly. He seems excited, his usual dour demeanor replaced by an uncharacteristic pep that's faced with the prospect of sneaking around and tearing down walls. You hear his soft voice filtering through the open doorway at the top of the stairs, a hoarse and sickly edge added for effect as he speaks to his mother. "Hey, Mom?"
He coughs gently. Reese, I didn't know you were awake.
I still feel like shit, but I think I can finally try to keep some juice down. It looks like we're all out, though.
Really? I thought I just picked some up. I've got an errand to run on Main Street anyway. I'll go pick up some orange juice and some ginger ale too.
That'd be awesome. Sorry to ask. I know you're probably busy.
It's no problem. It doesn't take long. Don't do anything too strenuous while I'm gone. Just lie in bed until I get back.
Thanks, Mom. I'll take it easy. We hear her footsteps move down the hall, then the front door opening and closing. It worked! The theatric rasp has left his voice, excitement rising in its place. Come on, we don't have long until she's back. As you step out of the morgue, you relax. The extra space between you and the carving has weakened its hold on you, and with it, your desperation to claw your way back through the wall and unveil it. It's one of those emergency fire axes, so it should be pretty obvious where it is, though I'm not sure where she would be keeping it. I'll show you around. Let's try the doc's office. You make your way to the doorway of her now vacant office. I don't see an axe in here. He's right. Cursory glance reveals nothing but stacks of paper and cabinets of medical supplies. But something on the desk catches your eye, sort of records, with your family's name on them. Oh, we're gonna be nosy, let's do it. I love how his little eyes are poking over the file. Reese stops in the doorway, turning to watch you leaf through the documents. Find something interesting? They're your family's death certificates. Pearl. Cause of death, sleep apnea. Discovered by her daughter Tabitha Chrysanthemum Scarlet. No autopsy performed. Tabitha's middle name is Chrysanthemum? Wonder who cursed her with that mouthful.
Oh, I think it's pretty. I do. That's actually a pretty name.
Edwardine death certificate. Edwardine Scarlet, born April 9th, 1913. Died February 12th, 2003. Age 89. Cause of death, heart failure. Signed by her granddaughter, Pearl Scarlet. Pretty normal. Almost made it to 90. Died of a normal old person illness. Enoch's death certificate. Whoa, this goes way back. Enoch Scarlet, born September 9th, 1887. Died August 20th, 1957. Age 69. Nice. Cause of death. Fall from a fall from a cliff? That's not normal. This one has a coroner's report attached. Organs sustained impact injuries, lacerations on the neck and body consistent with fall from great height. Whoa, an actual autopsy report? Looks ancient. Other death certificate. You quickly flip through a few of the other Scarlets whose names aren't quite as familiar. Theodore Scarlet, born May 24th, 1890. Died 1918. Age 28. Cause of death, crushed in a mine collapse. Body not recovered. Signed by his brother, Enoch Scarlet. Joseph Scarlet, born April 1914. Died June 7th, 1944. Louis Scarlet, born August 1920. Died June 6, 1944. Both killed at Normandy in the line of duty. These must have been Edwardine's brothers. Oh yeah! Forgot about them. Certificate of fetal death, infant boy, Andrew Charles Scarlet. Delivered April 3rd, 1945, stillbirth, mother Edwardine Scarlet. Cause of death, complications during birth, no doctor present, home burial. Family's had a lot of bad luck. Alexander Scarlet, born December 12, 1947. Died August 20th, 1957, age 9. Missing, presumed dead. Signed by mother Edwardine Scarlet. Missing? Alexandra, the owner of the doll. So she went missing. Oh, that's who owns the doll. Wait a second, is my room haunted? Is that why the doll keeps moving? Creepy dolls. Maribel Scarlet, born September 3rd, 1946, died October 30th, 1963, age 17. A lot of like children deaths. Cause of death, complications during childbirth, signed by her mother Edwardine Scarlet. At 17? Oh, no, Edwardine was not. Wow, that's a lot of kids to outlive. Reese's eyes flick up to the doorway. A second later, you hear a sound of the front door handle being turned. His hand is on your shoulder before you even register what's happening, and you're pushed back and out of view of the front door. Shit, I'm not supposed to be in here. We gotta hide. He hurries to the closet door, motioning you inside. You slip past him and squish yourself into what little space is available in the nearly full closet. Reese is close on your heels. Let him. There's enough room. Hide somewhere else. Oh my goodness. Why is that there? I'm gonna let him in. Come on in. Hide, sweetie. You let him in. Just missed her. Together, you listen as the doctor makes her way to some room deeper into the clinic. In the silence of the tiny closet, every breath seems too loud, as if you could expect Dr. Kelly to hear it from wherever she was across the house. Better wait a second just in case. I'm sorry, Reese, you're adorable and I want to flirt with you so badly, but... Stella. Quietly wait for the danger to pass. The two of you stand in tense silence, both crammed into the suffocating closet, taking shallow breaths as if she could hear you breathing from the other side of the building. But the footsteps soon return. Dr. Kelly makes her way back towards your hiding place. Oh no! Creaking floorboards broadcasting her location all the way to the hallway just outside your hiding spot. The footsteps return. They get louder, approaching the open office door, and then they stop. Reese, can you use your little elf ears to make sure we're okay? Much to your relief, she opens another door, leaving the main clinic. We're in the clear. We've probably only got a minute or two until she comes back, so let's make it count. The medical supply room is probably our best bet. If any other room in the clinic is likely to have a fire axe, it's probably the room full of chemicals. This way. I appreciate Reese helping me out. He motions you down the hallway, slipping through a slightly ajar door of what you assume to be the supply room. Yes, there it is. Keys, keys! Here we go! He rushes over to the cabinet that contains a bright red axe, pulling the glass door open. Your axe? Now we can... Reese pauses, turning to listen intently. That was the door from the house. Come on, if we hurry, we can get you back downstairs. I'll run interference. Go downstairs, quick! You can hear her approaching now, floorboards creaking in the hallway on the other side of the office. You follow Reese's instructions, once again starting down the basement stairs, letting the pool of the stone carving guide you back to the morgue. Dr. Kelly's voice filters down from above.
I was right. We did already have juice. It was just in the back of the fridge, but there's no harm in having extra. What are you doing in the clinic? I thought I told you to go rest.
Oh, I'm just gonna chill in the morgue. I got my speakers, so if you hear some weird sounds, that's just my music.
I'll be sure to put in earplugs to drone out all that industrial clanging you listen to. You know I'm not the biggest fan of you spending time down there. It can't be good for your mental health to hang out in a refrigerator for corpses. Do you at least have a blanket this time?
Yeah, I'll be fine. It's just a change of scenery. My room feels too claustrophobic right now.
Okay, I'll let you know when it's time for dinner.
Hear the door close and the sound of Reese descending the stairs to join you in the fluorescent lit room below. Hey.
You listen to music that sounds like a wall being broken down?
Of course I do. I'm sad all the time. Glad my taste in music is finally coming in handy. It's exactly the cover we need.
Stop asking questions. It's time to see what's on the other side of the wall. I kind of want to know what he listens to now. I know he watches horror movies, but I want to know what bands you're into, Reese. Wall, now, yes?
Have at it.
Ooh. You approach the far end of the morgue, axe practically singing through the air as you strike the wall. First cut offers a surprising amount of resistance. There's some structure behind it, some wood frame holding it in place, trying to stand between you and what awaits you on the other side. You stagger back from the massive hole in the wall and admire your effort. Oh dang, look how strong we are. We did that. Oh, this is not good. This is not good at all.
Holy shit.
The splintered edge frames a dark passage, seemingly cut deep into the side of the cliff, cold seeping from a forgotten place into the already frigid morgue. Reese coughs as he takes a better look at what lies beyond the wound in the wall.
There's a whole hallway back there.
Thick still air leaks from the hole, filling the morgue with an earthly mildew smell, like the room is slowly filling with dirt. And with the stink of the grave-like room beyond comes an even stronger compulsion. You step forward. You climb into the hole. Oh no! Oh my goodness, I told Tabitha I wasn't gonna get into any trouble. I told Wayne I wasn't gonna get into any more trouble, but yet here we are.
This is wild. I had no idea any of this was here. An entire hospital wing? Rotting away for decades behind some flimsy drywall?
We're just gonna give him a heads up. I'm probably gonna pass out when we find this thing. Don't be too worried about me. I'll be fine.
Thanks for the heads up.
At least he knows that he can like help us out and carry us to safety. You step forward into the unknown. You don't bother to retrieve the axe. The final wall concealing the carving is rotten, water damage having eaten away at the wood over the course of an unknowable years. Planks nearly reduced to sawdust. Tear into it. Oh, what the heck is that?
Enoch, I thought you weren't going to come. I was worried you'd leave me here forever. They said there's nothing they can do. I'll never use my legs again. Enoch, what am I gonna do? Calm down, Teddy. These doctors don't know what they're talking about. I've been doing my own research, and I've found us an alternative. We don't have to worry about anything from here on out, I promise. I went to talk to the witch.
A witch? But that's nonsense.
It's alright, it's all sorted. We're taking you home today and everything will be resolved by this time next week.
The same witch that possessed Kanika?
That's right, Doctor. At this point, I think it's safe to say his body was never recovered. Whoever it was who claimed to be a Theodore, it wasn't him. Wasn't even paralyzed, as it turns out. Just some grifter trying to take advantage of the tragedy.
Man, my family has so many skeletons in their closet. Everything goes black. Your vision swims back into focus, and it takes a solid second or two to reorient yourself. You're in an unfamiliar bed. Reese leans against the far wall, eyeing you with concern and curiosity.
Hey, I was worried you'd slip into a coma or something. You tore down a wall like a wild animal, found some weird carving and collapsed. I think you might have had some kind of seizure. I know you warned me this might happen, but are you okay?
Wait, nothing spooky happened? The mountain didn't collapse on us? No ghosts?
No, nothing. You just fell down, twitched a little, and when you seemed stable, I carried you back here. That was a few hours ago.
Oh, yes, let's be in denial. Great! Glad I'll have at least one mostly normal day this week. Thank goodness nothing terrible happened. I was worried. Like I said, Wayne was here. Tabitha told us not to get into any trouble. Thank goodness. I shouldn't even have come here by myself. I should have at least brought somebody. I guess Reese is here.
Too bad. With your track record, I was kinda hoping we'd run into some unimaginable horrors. At least I know there's an abandoned hospital wing in the morgue. I'm sure there's plenty in there to get creeped out by.
Does Dr. Kelly know I'm here?
No, I snuck you back into the house while she was busy in the medical storage room.
Hopefully she don't see the big wall in the morgue. She'll figure something's up.
Figured you wouldn't want to come too in the morgue.
I had a vision.
Like a hallucination? I have those sometimes too. Used to have them a lot as a teen. Always just weird little things, like my hands would look wrong, or my neck would seem too long, or the room would feel smaller.
What? My spidey senses are tingling, Reese. At least one of those death records is murky. I don't think Teddy died in the mine collapse. My family has secrets, tons of them.
That's a weird thing to cover up, but that's not too surprising. An old family like that usually has at least a few secrets, but hopefully that's all ancient history. It's not like it's easy to cover up deaths these days, right?
Oh crap, I keep forgetting. Oh, this is the love of my life, and I keep forgetting about Stella and that she's missing. I should probably get going. Stella still's missing, and the stone here finally stopped yelling at me. Why? Why did the stone stop yelling at us?
That might be a little tricky. Doc is on a warpath up there. I refuse to take my medicine, and she's not happy about it.
Reese, it's usually not good to stop your medicine cold turkey.
I went ahead and blocked my door so she can't get down here. Now we have to wait her out.
You did what now? Reese, sweetie, are you okay?
The heck is this?
Are you okay, sweetie? It's little Michael Myers! And the little... was that the thing? And the little Tesseract. Gosh dang it, I gotta romance Reese next playthrough. Why didn't you take your medicine exactly?
Because it makes me feel like shit. I was fine yesterday until the doc made me take my pills, and I was fine all day today. What's the harm in going a day without, right? And now that I'm not taking it, it's like all these weird little memories have come rushing back. Bad memories. I don't think the doc's a good person. I don't think she wants me to be healthy. I don't think she wants me to see people. And now that I'm waking up to the truth, I don't think there's any going back for either of us.
Wait, so was she really poisoning you?
You blocked the door? It was just a precaution. I don't think I can underestimate her at this point. For the first time in a while, I don't feel like roadkill, and I'd rather keep it that way. I don't need her coming down here and forcing any medicine on me and doing God knows what to you to keep you quiet.
Heck yeah, sleepover. Oh, we could watch all the movies.
I don't think it's gonna be that easy.
I guess we can ask him what his plan is, just to hang out here all evening? Till the doc cools down, I guess? So, what's your plan with that exactly?
Maybe I panicked a little, but the way she was talking through the door, saying I should take my pills, I just took what few precautions I could. It's not ideal, but at least it buys us time to figure out what to do. We should treat her as a serious threat. This might sound strange, but I think she's gone to some desperate lengths in the past. There are these weird memories I have. I always assumed they were just dreams or hallucinations, but now I'm not so sure. I think she's used tranquilizers on me.
Help!
Other times that I've gotten too unruly for her. I don't know how much of those memories I can trust, but I'm starting to think I should believe my instincts when it comes to the lengths she's willing to go to keep me under her control.
So do we got some, like, weird Ruby Rose thing going on here, or is it something else, Reese?
We'll wait until she's asleep. Then we can at least get out of the basement, and we can figure out what to do from there.
I don't know, I kind of want to leave. I like you, Reese. I really like you, but this is all kind of weird. Plus, I should probably be looking for Stella. I mean, we can probably try to make the best of the situation. How are we supposed to pass the time until it's safe to leave?
Distraction seems like a good idea. As you could probably tell, I'm getting a little jittery. It doesn't feel awful, to be honest.
This is no time to be flirting. We're trying to process what the heck is going on here. Knock it off, B. What if your mom doesn't fall asleep?
You shouldn't call her my mom. As far as I'm concerned, she's forfeit that title. I don't even think I should call her doctor. She's just some woman now. I can't wait for her to be in the rearview mirror of the rest of my life. If she doesn't fall asleep by 10, we can figure something else out. These windows are supposedly shatterproof, which she always said was for burglars. Now I assume it was yet another way to keep me boxed in.
Wayne? Wayne? I done messed up, Wayne. I need your help.
But we could try to break them anyway.
Do whatever it is you do to kill time, preferably something that'll help me ignore my mounting anxiety. Exactly! Oh my goodness, I done messed up. Let's just chill and watch a movie. We're just gonna chill out, watch a movie, his mom's gonna go to sleep, and everything's gonna be fine. I believe you owe me a showing of Shi no Chi Deathblood?
I believe I do.
See, this is nice. No creepy music. No weirdness going on. Reese gets the movie set up and joins you on the bed.
Let me know if it gets to be too much for you. I'm not a great judge of how other people will react to the sort of things I watch, but I definitely don't want you to feel uncomfortable.
Bring it on. I've seen all the Saw movies. I've seen Terrorizer. Bring it on.
This is a slow burn of a movie, but the dread it's managing to build is palpable in the room, or maybe it's just how it feels down here all the time. What with the grisly paintings, lack of lighting, cinder block walls, and of course, the fact that its inhabitant has been practically homebound since his teens. I don't know, I kind of like his little basement. It's kind of cozy down here. Just me? Just me? Okay. I've seen a couple of this director's other films, and they're all interesting, though this is probably the best introduction to his work. The way it jump cuts into seemingly unrelated TV show recordings that then wind up tying back into the narrative adds a level of realism and depth to the world that I find really engrossing. It's found footage used to its fullest. I can't believe I'll just be able to do things from here on out, like watch movies with another person. Or talk to people, ever. You can hear the difference in energy now that Reese hasn't had his daily dose of medicine. He's uncharacteristically chatty, clearly not used to talking to another person, let alone when he has the energy to carry on a long conversation. Mystical, something is changing inside of him. Mystical, why you gotta be so cryptic like that? Is it this? Is it this, Mystical? Reese, you feel different, like your whole personality is changing. Is everything okay? Everything is more than okay. I haven't felt this good in... I don't even think I've ever felt this good. A man on the screen yells prophets of doom into the camera, trailing off into wordless screams. The plot is really heating up. They're coming to get you, Barbara. I love that there are all these distinct sort of vignettes, little pockets of horror that affect a small number of people, and only once you start to see how they fit together can you realize some fundamental horror about the universe. And then it sees you back. Incredible cosmic horror in its truest sense. I do love me some cosmic horror. Reese is becoming very animated. I don't like the look he's giving me either. Calm down, Reese. It's probably safe to assume that he's dealing with a lot of extra adrenaline right now, what with his entire reality turning out to be a lie? He's also talking over the movie. I don't care. I don't mind it. Info dump. Mystical. It's more than just something that's changing in Reese. It's everything. There's a knock on the window. Oh, thank God. Wayne, please, come on, let's go. I don't want to be here anymore. I think Reese is cute and he's a wonderful person, but he's acting kind of weird right now and I'm in danger. Especially seeing you here, Wayne. I'm definitely in danger. B, don't get any closer to that thing. It's time to go home. That voice. I know that voice. Is that who's been following you around? Without another word, Wayne starts pounding on the supposedly shatterproof window. Enemies upstairs, enemies outside, we're surrounded. Even if I get out of this house, I won't be safe. You won't be safe. What? What do you mean? Wayne isn't going to hurt you. He hasn't hurt anyone. I love this music, though. Is this that industrial stuff you listen to, Reese? I'm into it. I'm not weak anymore. I can fight back. I don't have to cower in fear from the people who want to hurt me. I can protect both of us, B. Reese? Are you okay, sweetie? The window shatters. Reese? Are you okay? Is everything okay? Things don't look okay. I am in trouble. Gosh dang it. As Reese tears at his clothes, paint bubbles out from the canvases, his ghoulish figures peeling themselves out of their two-dimensional worlds, invading yours, crawling up the walls. Oh no. Grab my hand, I'll pull you out. Leave us alone. Oh, that's definitely not good. That's not good. In a surge of violence, the change that has been brewing inside Reese finally comes. As it manifests, the broken basement window is sealed off and Wayne along with it. Oh no. Am I too trusting for the fact that he looks like this? But he wanted to protect me from Wayne, so I don't think he's gonna hurt me. I think we should run. Now looks like the perfect time to, yeah, run. You've seen enough to know you need to leave. You run up the stairs. The door is blocked by a chair. Oh, the door is blocked by more than a chair. And then it's blocked by something else, too.
I just said that.
Try and tear through them. You toss the chair out of the way and do your best to tear through the paintings covering the door. It reforms and regenerates too quickly for you to claw your way through. Defeated, you turn back to the basement. The remainder of Reese's paintings await their artist's command. Oh, that's kind of cool, though. It's okay, stay right there. I can take care of this. Then she won't be able to hurt anyone anymore. I'll be right back. Reese storms up the stairs, leaving you with his smears. That's what they're called, his smears? Oh no, call Tabitha for help. She's gonna be so mad at us. I promised her all I was doing was looking for Tabitha. I didn't lie. I didn't lie. It's not my fault that all this stuff always happens around me. We're gonna call Tabby for help. You dial your cousin's number. What mess have you gotten yourself into now? Reese transformed into a monster and is on some kind of rampage. Can you come pick me up? Tabby, I'm scared. Come pick me up. Reese is on some kind of rampage. Can you come pick me up? What? Don't move a muscle. I'm coming to get you. Your cousin hangs up the phone. Oh no, I might have put her in danger. Crap. We're gonna try and warn Dr. Kelly. Oh no, it just gets worse. Well, Wayne is here, and Tabby's gonna come help. I don't know what Tabby's gonna do, but hopefully this doesn't end badly. You make your way to the door that beckoned you yesterday, all intrigued now washed away. You know where it leads, and you know what secrets the stone that lurked in the forgotten basement of the clinic had to share with you. Now the clinic holds a new horror. Somewhere beyond the narrow hallway leading from the house proper to the doctor's office, there's a monster preparing to do something unthinkable. Open the door. You grasp the handle and turn. Duck! Don't shoot! She shoots. The gun isn't very loud. There's only a pop as the projectile leaves the barrel, whizzing past your ear. Dang, she's a crack shot. You turn to see a dart embedded in Reese's chest. He pulls the tranquilizer dart out from between his ribs, heaving heavy breaths as the drug courses through his system. You're going to have to try harder than that, you No! How did you? As if you could hope to stop me, you pathetic waste of flesh. Before Wayne takes another step down the stairs, paint flows out between cracks in the wood. Reese is panic, pulling in mobs of furious smears to hold his enemies in place. The artist darts away, but the smears continue their work in his absence. Dr. Kelly makes her escape down the hallway, and Wayne is overcome, glued in place at the top of the stairs by stifling globs of paint. Stiffening globs of paint? Stiffening globs of paint. Run after Dr. Kelly. You run forward, braving the onslaught of smears, dodging them as best as you can as you try to see where Dr. Kelly went. Oh no. The door in front of you is smothered in paint.
Hey!
Dr. Kelly's voice crackles out from some unseen speaker.
You, B! I'm stuck in the safe room and I can't help you from here, but you can help both of us.
What the hell is your son, ma'am?
I wish I knew. He was fine until he hit puberty. Everyone said raising a teen was gonna be a bitch, but they don't know the half of it. I need you to get into the medical storage room. I'll give you further instructions when you're there.
Alright, let's go. You turn back around and head to the medical storage room. I'm here.
Right, now listen to me. I need you to use the black taped key to get into the cabinet and bring me the elephant tranquilizers. It's a bottle labeled carfentanil. Bear tranquilizers clearly aren't gonna cut it anymore.
Hey, Reese. Hi, sweetie. Feeling alright? Feeling good? Great.
An intercom system, huh, Doc? Good. You should hear this. B, you don't have to do anything she says. I'm not gonna hurt anybody else. Just her. If I don't, you and I both know she's just gonna shoot me full of elephant tranquilizers? Did I hear that right? And shove me back down in that basement, or maybe someplace even worse, and keep killing me every day for the rest of my miserable existence. I feel amazing right now, better than I've ever felt in my life. I'm not dangerous. She's just scared because she knows she has to finally pay for what she's taken from me.
I'm not gonna let him kill Dr. Kelly. She's just trying to keep you, like, from hurting anybody or anybody else, it looks like. We just call for Wayne. No, we're gonna be a hero. We're gonna try and help. I'm not going to let you kill someone, Reese.
Why not? She wasn't afraid I might die. Does she know those tranquilizers aren't going to kill me? Does she care?
I mean, if she wanted to kill you, she probably would have done it a long time ago. But you're her son, so I know she loves you.
Trust me, Reese. I've always been careful with your medication. I want you to live. I love you.
Tell yourself whatever lies you have to, Mom. If you wanted a good relationship, you had your chance, and you decided to convince me I was dying instead of just letting me exist. Don't try to spin it like it's some kind of crime of passion now that the consequences are staring you in the face.
Enough. Reese cries out in pain.
Ah, what the hell did you do to my shoulder?
I'll handle it. Try to get somewhere safe until then. The two stagger off down the hallway.
Quick, grab the tranquilizers and head to the safe room.
Grab the tranquilizers. You do as she says. The tranquilizers are easy to find, marked with a small square of blank tape to match the key. She's certainly an organized woman. Thank goodness. Head to the safe room. You make your way out of the medical storage room and back to the hallway where Dr. Kelly disappeared. You know, I think his little smears are kind of cute. Wait, I don't think I ever have said that in my entire life. As you approach, Dr. Kelly heaves open the door, slowly breaking apart the mass of paint sealing it shut.
Hurry, I don't think I could keep it open for long.
You slip past her into the safe room. She shuts the door quickly, though one of the little smears manages to slip past her. She stomps on it. Painted viscera splatters across the cement floor.
Sounds like Reese and your friend are still fighting. We probably have a few minutes before he gets here.
Thank goodness Wayne has been following me everywhere. What is this room?
Old x-ray room, lead walls. After I realized this whole situation was a possibility, I had the door reinforced with special remote control locks. Glad it could finally come in handy.
Let's talk Reese?
Yeah, I bet you have some questions. Go ahead, I have nothing left to hide.
What else is there to hide? He transformed right in front of me. You can't hide that. When did you find out?
A little after he hit puberty. He had all the usual changes, and a few extra. Thickened nails, sharp teeth, elfish ears.
All the things that I noticed yesterday at dinner.
I figured he might have some kind of genetic disorder. Had him checked out at a few specialists, but there was nothing obviously wrong with him. Then we had an argument, and he changed right in front of me. It was nothing like what he is now. Just a couple of inches, some facial abnormalities, enough to be noticeable. I was scared. He could see that, and he stopped. I thought it was a one-off or maybe a hallucination. But the second time, it wasn't as subtle, and it didn't go away as easy. That's when I knew for sure that this was something beyond my realm of expertise.
How did he not know what he was?
I've been medicating him since he was 12. We've only had 3 incidents like this before, maybe 4? Depending on what counts. This is the worst one by far. He doesn't seem to understand at first that he looks different, and I just made sure to stay on top of his dosages so he rarely ever does. But I've been preparing for this inevitability. He's an adult now. There's only so much I can do to control him.
What is he?
At first I thought he was some kind of werewolf, but if he is, he doesn't follow any kind of full moon rules or anything. Silver doesn't do shit to him. And you've seen what he looks like. It's just weird.
Oh, it's not nice to call your son weird. I mean, he does kind of look a little weird sometimes, but it's not nice to call him weird.
I almost wish I could examine him while he's fully transformed. I'd be fascinated to know what happens to him or how his body does it. But he seems pretty hell-bent on ripping my throat out, so I guess they'll just have to remain a mystery.
Was his dad similar? Strange little smile creeps onto Dr. Kelly's face.
I wish I knew. Reese just kind of happened. I wasn't seeing anyone, I just woke up pregnant one day. I know how impossible that sounds. I'm a doctor, for Christ's sakes.
Oh my gosh, is he a flippin' incubus? Is that why he's so cute?
I've kept having these weird dreams, almost like sleep paralysis episodes. Romantic sleep paralysis episodes. They were actually kind of sweet, but they were just dreams. But then, all of a sudden, my period stopped. I got morning sickness, and roughly 9 months later, Reese.
Relationship between you seems so difficult.
Yeah, you could say that. He was such a cute kid. When I found out I was pregnant, I was terrified. I didn't know if I'd be ready, but he made me love being a mom. It's not like it was gonna be sunshine and roses forever. No matter what, kids grow up and they change. Sometimes for the worst. This is part of being a mom too. Doing what you can to make sure the child you brought into this world isn't gonna go around eating people. Well, I would hope your child wouldn't go around eating people. That'd be kind of weird and awkward.
How do you know he's dangerous?
Well, he wants to murder me, so that's clue number 1. Not like he's usually a violent kid. He's mostly just sad. But every now and then we butt heads, and that's usually when this side of him comes out. Imagine if this happens anytime he gets frustrated with anyone. Imagine he gets road rage one day, turns into a 12-foot tall monster with a million teeth and rips somebody apart in the middle of a major metropolitan area. Yeah, he's dangerous.
He's been kind to me. Well, he has been kind to us. But what she's been going through is probably really flippin' difficult, but very necessary. I don't know what to think about this.
I can fix him.
No, we can't fix everybody, sweetie. He's been kind to me.
Yeah, and Ted Buddy was kind to people he picked up off the side of the road. Then he slaughtered him.
I mean, fair.
He's a really sweet kid most of the time, but I can't let that overshadow the violence he's capable of.
Gonna leave it at that. What's the game plan, both short-term and long-term?
Well, I pump him full of elephant tranquilizers, and I lock him in here. Then I somehow convince him to see things from my perspective. Then we all live happily ever after.
Has that worked before?
He's never known the exact nature of his condition before. Maybe it was a mistake to hide it from him. But I thought it meant he could feel like he had more freedom, not knowing that if he just stopped taking his pills, he could become big and pointy enough to kill me. I'm gonna have to revoke some of those freedoms now. He's not gonna like that, but I think he'll understand, even if it takes time. I don't think he wants to hurt people. He just can't help what he is.
I hope him and Wayne are okay, that they're not like tearing each other to bits out there.
While we're at it, any other secrets you're keeping? Have it all. You have no idea how relieved I am to finally say all this shit out loud.
We're just finding out everybody's secrets for our weekend trip back home. Sit in silence and wait for Reese. You and Dr. Kelly sit in silence and wait for her son to make his way to you. I'm just waiting for him to like pop out right there. Like the velociraptor in Jurassic Park. The sounds of distant breaking glass cuts through the silence of the clinic outside the safe room.
Shit, this might be game time.
Dr. Kelly opens the door. The two of you stare out into the hallway. Reese, sweetie, I talked to your mom, and we think it's best that you just kind of chill out for a little bit. We'll get you right as rain. Just let her shoot you in the booty with his tranquilizer, sweetie. Everything's gonna be fine. Trust me.
Is this what you're so afraid of?
Hand over the tranquilizers. This is our shot.
Don't give her the tranquilizer darts. Why? That just seems like it's gonna end badly for everybody. Give her the tranquilizer darts.
Daddy! What the hell did you just do?
Before Dr. Kelly can fire, a different shot rings out. Reese's body is thrown into the wall. Shotgun in hand, your cousin rounds the corner and trains her weapon on the writhing body.
Tabitha, what are you doing here? Stop it! Let me sedate him. We can deal with this non-lethally.
Are you insane? This thing was trying to kill you. Help the doctor. You leap forward, placing your body between Tabitha and the whimpering Reese, his face already trying to stitch itself back together as he writhes on the ground. Tabby, I'm so thankful you're here, but this is Reese. We can't kill him. B, what the hell do you think you're doing? Don't kill him. He's still a person. Person my ass. Did you see his face?
Both of you shut up and help me drag him into the safe room now.
You turn to see Dr. Kelly already pulling her son towards the open doorway. Tabitha swings the gun onto her back, huffily jumping up to help Dr. Kelly. It's not long before his regenerating body is sealed away behind the door.
Not exactly how I thought that would play out, but at least none of us are dead. If you've done any permanent damage to him, you're gonna be the one paying for the medical supplies, Miss Scarlet.
You aren't seriously going to keep that thing alive, are you? It's clearly dangerous. What makes you think you can keep it locked up?
It's my son, Miss Scarlet, and despite appearances, he's still human. I prefer you refer to him as such. And I've managed to keep him safely locked away and harmless for years. Sure, it'll be a little more difficult now that he knows about his condition, but that room is lined with lead and he's not going anywhere.
He's human? Are you sure about that? Are we talking about the same guy?
Trust me, I've done genetic tests. He is human somehow, and it's my job as his mother to protect him and to protect people from him. It's not a burden I take lightly. You don't have to worry about him getting out anytime soon.
I do have to say I appreciate you coming to help, Tabby. Reese is a good guy. He's just misunderstood. Don't give me that line. I don't see what I could misunderstand about a guy who is clearly about to swallow both of you whole. I don't care what his feelings were when he was getting ready to make a meal of my cousin. I care that he was capable of it.
I'm not gonna debate this with you, Miss Scarlet. It's none of your business.
Well, I kind of made it her business. I'm sorry, Doc.
I can handle it from here. Now both of you get out. I have a lot of cleaning to do, and I don't feel like entertaining a couple of bickering cousins while I do.
You and your cousin leave the clinic, Dr. Kelly, slamming the shotgun-blasted door behind you. The two of you make your way to the bottom of the hill where Tabitha's car is parked among the sleepy houses of Scarlet Hollow's residential street. She places her gun in the trunk and turns to face you. You're alone right now. Is Stella still missing? I tried calling her a couple times, but I keep getting her stupid voicemail. Yeah, I'm worried too, Tabby. The two of you are interrupted by the sound of panting and telltale jingling of dog tag. It's the militia. They've poured out of the woods to stand before you on the road. What in the...
You were looking for Gretchen, weren't you?
We found her in her person. They're by the side of the road a little ways through the woods.
They're both fine, but the human wouldn't leave when we tried to make her, and Gretchen insisted on sticking by her side. We'll have to take you to them.
Hopefully you can use your people words to get them to go someplace safe. The woods are crawling with those awful creatures. It's not safe anymore. Not even for a human. Why do these dogs look so serious? We should get in the car before they eat us. Look at this one. He's so cute. He is very serious, Tabby, but they're fine. They're our friends. They found Stella. Come on, we better follow them. How do you know that? I told you, Tabby, I can talk to animals. Just trust me. Oh, didn't you know? I can talk to animals and animals can talk to me. Why are you cracking jokes right now? I don't know about following a bunch of strange dogs into the woods, but if there's a chance you're right. Okay, we'll take a quick detour. You let the dogs lead you into the wilderness, following on their heels as they take you to Stella. Before long, the trees thin and you find yourself on a steep hill by a 2-lane road, lined on one side by a sheer rock. And there they are.
Keep them safe.
Be seeing you, speaker.
They leave.
There, sitting on a log, staring mournfully out at the asphalt, is Stella. You watch her from the underbrush. Great, she's alive. Let's go. I'm gonna go talk to her. You wanna go talk to her? Let's go talk to her. Let's go talk to her. I know you two like each other. Please, for the love of God, don't drag me into the middle of that. Oh my gosh, but what if they have a thing? But Stella says I'm her thing. But they had a thing. I don't even know if Tabby still has feelings for Stella. Oh, but we can get them to be friends again. It doesn't matter that Stella and I have a thing. You two need to reconcile. We can both talk to her together. I said no. I'm going to make this easier on both of you and just go home. Sorry, Tabby. I tried. Before you can say another word, your cousin's already turned. Take a step forward, gravel crunching under your feet as you walk along the edge of the road. As you do, you turn to look back behind you. Tabitha is already gone. Does this mean I get the okay to go after Stella? You sit on the log beside Stella. Hey Stella, you doing okay? You alright? Been missing the whole day here, sweetie. I've been worried about you. Haven't picked up your phone or anything. Hey, how did you find me? Scraps and Daisy formed a militia. It's a long story, but they helped me find you. What would I do without you? You must have been really worried about me. I'm so sorry, Bee. I really missed you today. I missed you too. I'm sorry I was gone. I just had to come here. This is where the accident happened. My parents died on this bend in the road. Oh, I'm so sorry, sweetie. They were taking me to college. I was lying in the back seat, and it had just rained, and the sun was finally coming out. Oh. Oh no. The only reason she survived is because she was laying down in the back seat. Oh, I'm so sorry, sweetie. Sorry, I know it's probably a bummer to talk about. No, not at all. It's good to talk about. It was awful. Really messed me up for a while. No wonder why you don't like cars. I think I'm still messed up. There's whole years of my life after the accident that feel like they just never happened. Like every time I try to remember them, it's blank. Dissociation is a hell of a drug. I have all these videos sitting on my channel that I don't even remember filming. It's scary. At least it hasn't been like that for a while, thank God. Never talked about this stuff before with anyone. I'm gonna take her hand. Oh, but I want to tell her I'm so sorry. I'm gonna take her hand. If she allows me to. You reach out to her, taking her hand. It's warm against the cool night air, and the skin of her knuckles is soft. She finally tears her gaze from the road, her sad eyes meeting yours, but the hint of a smile creeps up the corners of her mouth, her dimples beginning to crease. Hand stiffs, her callous palm fitting into yours, her grip tightening. It's strong and comforting. You can tell she feels held, and so do you. The two of you stare out at the road. I think the accident is probably why I got into ghost hunting. I think I just wanted to see them again. I wanted to know whether I even could. I never found anything, so I eventually gave up. Then last night happened, and I ran out here to see if maybe it would happen with them too. Even if it meant seeing the crash again, or seeing them all messed up and dead. I just wanted to see them. It's been a whole day. I don't think they're coming. Can I put my arm around you, Stella? You carefully place your other arm around her shoulders and pull her close to you. You feel her chestnut hair against your cheek. She smells a little sweaty and a little sweet, and a faded scent of her shampoo mingling with the natural perfume of her skin. It's nice. You take in a deep breath, stroking her arm with your thumb, letting her lean into you. She rests her head against your shoulder, closing her eyes sincerely. That hint of a smile spreads into a barely contained grin that finally chases away the worry in her features. We could always wait a little longer. Stella nestles into you, her well-muscled shoulders relaxing against your body. You share each other's warmth as you both stare out at the quiet mountain road. Gretchen pants lazily in Stella's lap. Nothing happens. Nothing continues to happen for a few long minutes. I think I'm ready to throw in the towel. It's not like I would want to see them again like that anyway. I guess I came out here hoping I might get a chance to say goodbye or something like that. Since I didn't get a chance when they were alive. Just because they weren't there, it doesn't mean they don't love you, wherever they are. That's a nice thought. I thought a lot about what might come after, whether they're somewhere else or if they just stopped existing. I guess we've seen at least some evidence of the afterlife. I hope that means that there's a good version too, where they're still on a long car ride listening to Dad's tapes with a place in the back seat for me when I eventually catch up to them. Oh. And then it won't matter that I never got to say goodbye. You could always say goodbye now. Stella sits in silence for a long moment, but her breath slow and even. Goodbye. I love you. Don't worry about me. I'm gonna be fine. She's silent again, as if waiting for a response. But it never comes. But she smiles, a lively glimmer returning to her sad eyes. That kind of felt better. I don't think I realized how much I kind of trapped myself in my own head. Thank you for breaking me out of it. Straightens up, stretching her neck. Gretchen hops down from her lap, tags jingling in the quiet night air. I know that stretch. That's the time to go home stretch.
Thank the Lord. I'll be sleeping in my own bed tonight. Thank you, Bee, for talking sense into her. We should probably head back, right? I haven't slept in a day. I don't know, Stella would probably want to hear about what happened today. I kind of want to tell her. Oh, what if the doctor don't want me to tell the secret? But her and Reese are friends. And she's worried about him, so yeah. Wait, before we go, I should tell you about what happened today. Oh? Relay the events of the evening as best you can. Saying it out loud somehow makes it feel less real, like you're sharing the plot of a horror movie, not something that actually happened to you. Oh my gosh, what happened to Wayne? I hope he's okay. Oh my god. Glad Tabitha was able to step in. That poor guy. And poor Dr. Kelly. This just sucks for everyone. Hopefully he and his mom can work things out. We should probably try and visit him tomorrow. You know, I think processing just one traumatic event is enough for the day. This new one's going right into the vault. At least until we get to the end of the week. Let's get out of here. I don't suppose I could ask you to walk me home? I'd love nothing more. You offer her your arm. She smiles, slipping hers into the crooks of your elbow. She pulls you closer until the skin of your forearm brushes against her side. It's about time! Let's not waste another second sitting out in the middle of nowhere. And this is me. Yeah? Do you want to come in? Dialogue options marked romance will start a romantic arc with the character you're talking to, and will lock you out of romantic arcs with other characters. We don't need any other romantic arcs. Okay, I flirted with Reese. I'm sorry, I had a moment of weakness. Yeah, let's do it. I was hoping you'd ask. I'd love to. Yes! Start the Stella romance. Let's go! See, when I was in her house... Oh, she don't know that we were in her house earlier today. But when I was in her house earlier today, I saw the shoes. I was like, why are the shoes all full of cobwebs? And these aren't. And then it dawned on me. Those are her parents' shoes. Yeah. Stella ushers you inside. Barely contained grin, threatening to split into an excited smile. Let me just go take a quick shower. I've been sitting outside for a day. I need some soap. I'll just take a minute. Then we can get cozy. Oh man, I'd kill for a shower. Can I take a shower too? I'm kind of grungy. I got paint all over me. I got elephant tranquilizers on me. A little bit of Wayne's visceras on me. Oh man, I would kill for a shower. Stella laughs. Yeah, I'm sure you've built up quite a lot of grime today. It's all yours when I'm done. Both gonna freshen up. She hurries off, leaving you and Gretchen in the living room. Hey Gretchen, sweetie. Thank you for protecting Stella for me today. Finally, I've been reunited with my bed. And that looks like a big, comfy bed, too. Gretchen. Gretchen hops into the massive pillow that serves as her dog bed, curling up and sighing a heavy dog sigh of relief. I can catch up on my beauty sleep. Gretchen, you don't need any beauty sleep. You a beautiful girl. Before she has the chance to fall asleep, a heavy knock startles her. And you. Gretchen growls.
There's someone at the door. Uh-oh. Alright. Let's go see who it is. It's that horrible man who smells like rotting meat. Stella! Stella! Oh, it's Wayne. Let's go check on him. Summon the bravery to cross the room and open the door. Oh, it's Wayne! B, not going home for the night? He cocks his head, stained veil over his face fluttering in the slight breeze outside. Thanks, Wayne. I want to thank you for protecting me tonight. I appreciate it, buddy. Except, I don't like the whole thing of when you show up, all these creepy voices follow you. Can you stop that? No me gusta. The outside of his clothes are streaked with what you at first think might be gore, but you quickly realize it's actually paint. And there are wide claw marks down his shirt. I'm so sorry, Wayne. I tried to stay out of trouble today, but trouble just seems to follow me no matter where I go. But he's still in one piece after his altercation with Reese. Wayne, I was so worried about you. No need to worry. The boy managed to catch me off guard with those little constructs of his, but he wouldn't stand a chance against me without little tricks like that. I won't keep you long. I know you have a warm bed and a warm body to keep you occupied tonight. But I wanted to give you a suggestion for tomorrow. You should take advantage of Tabitha's absence at the estate. Forbidden places won't be forbidden without her around to stop you. Do a little exploring. Wayne, what's that supposed to mean? Oh, the forbidden wing, right? Right, Wayne? We're the worst, cousin. Tabitha told us not to go there, though. But Wayne's telling us to go there. So conflicted. Might be surprised at what you can find. He slowly steps back, shining eyes fixed on you as he disappears into the dark night beyond Stella's door. Bye, Wayne. Get home safe wherever home is. Probably my closet. Gretchen's growls escalate. Barks. Bark, 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 bark. Bark, bark, bark. Intruder! Monster! Fiend! Oh, Stella, come quickly. There's some disgusting smelling man trying to threaten us. Calm down, Gretchen. Were you just talking to somebody, V? I'm terrible at lying, so we'll just be 100% truthful. Wayne stopped by. He's still following you? Are you sure we're safe? I think he's on our side. You think so? I guess that's good. I still don't love the thought of him stopping by unannounced at odd hours of the night, though. I agree, but I was worried about him because he just fought Reese, and if you would have seen Reese, you would have been worried about him too. Well, you'll let us know if he tries anything, right, Gretchen? I'll tear the throat out of anyone who dares break in to hurt my precious Stella. If they bend down to within biting height, that is. But I can always tear at their ankles until they have no choice. Gretchen, you don't have any teeth, sweetie. I think in episode 2, it said you don't have any teeth. But I guess you could bark at them and gum them to death. I believe in you, Gretchen. Gretchen snarls, yapping fiercely. That's right, Gretchen. You're the most vicious little geriatric pug there is. You know, the thought of your creepy stalker, whether he's on our side or not, makes me feel a lot better about having you around tonight. It'll be nice to have somebody next to me if I get scared in the middle of the night. Speaking of, I'm exhausted. Let's turn in. Oh, right. But you said you wanted a shower. Sorry, head's a little fuzzy from staying up for the past day. There's fresh towels in the bathroom, and I've got some extra bathrobes. I can put your clothes through the wash so they'll be extra clean and fresh in the morning. I appreciate that, Stella. Thank you. Finally, a shower that's actually getting me clean. Not like the one at the estate where I think I'm getting dirtier. Somehow it feels like the longest and shortest shower you've ever taken. Too tired to think, too tired to process the flow of time. Stella sits outside the bathroom door and makes quiet and comfortable small talk with you. And then you're done. You dry off and step into the extra... Oh. Hello there. So, are you coming in? Heck yeah, I'm coming in! Follow her. Walk by Stella and into her bedroom. She gently closes the door behind you. Sorry, I didn't clean up beforehand. You can think of it as getting the authentic Stella experience. She still don't know that we broke into her house. But I still appreciate that. Plus, I think your room is fine. I mean, it's lived in, okay? It's not messy at all. Oh. Come on, little snowman, wiggle your eyebrows, please, for the love of goodness. She slips past you and lies on the bed, dressed in an oversized t-shirt, quick to follow. Hold on. Give me a second, Stella. I'm gonna survey the room and make sure Wayne's not, like, creeping around here somewhere. Wayne's always watching, you know. She's warm and still slightly damp from the shower, her skin fresh and flowery. She turns to look at you, smiling, dimples creasing at the edge of her mouth. You could kiss me if you wanted to. Heck yeah, let's go! You kiss her. You shift closer to her and close your eyes. The magnetic pull of anticipation rolls down your spine and across your skin, and for a moment that seems to last forever, you take in every detail around you. The forest scent of her eucalyptus shampoo, and beneath it the slightest hint of campfire. Sounds lovely. The comforting heat of soft but calloused hands against your cheek. The thunder of your heart beating more quickly in unison. The tension rises and rises, tone seemingly without peak. Then it breaks. Her lips touch yours. They're fresh and minty and soft, cool against yours, guided by the gentleness of someone looking to hold on to the memory of tonight for a long, long time. And then she pulls you closer, tighter. The two of you lose yourselves in each other. Eventually, the two of you break away and open your eyes, gazing at each other from opposite ends of the pillow. Stella, I have to say your bed looks a lot bigger from the doorway. It at least looks like a full-size bed. Where are we? We're just like right here cuddled up against Stella. You drift off together, limbs intertwined, exhausted and safe and calm. Tomorrow may bring some new horror, or it might not, but whatever happens, you'll face it together. I am eager for tomorrow. This is the end of episode 4. That was awesome! I loved it. Episode 4 was amazing. I can't wait for episode 5. That was flippin' awesome. I enjoyed every second of that. Music, the story, the art, everything was 10 out of 10. Beautiful. The voice acting, some of those screams and yells and the ditchlings. Perfect. Thank you guys for joining me for Scarlet Hollow. And hopefully I'll see you for episode 5. Bye! The footsteps return. They get louder, approaching from the open op. God dang it! Before and wait. Ahead. God dang it!